It is a 4.
Too small or too large.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drive to the Game. It's week 4, and this could potentially be the single biggest game in the state of Michigan. Welcome, everybody, to Drive to the Game as Detroit Catholic Central hosts their Catholic League rival in Orchard Lake St. Mary's. My name is Giovanni Moscheri. I am joined by some of our Sportscaster.com All-Stars. Taryn Fritching as well as Lyric Sloan join us on the pre-game show. If you're new to us here at Sportscaster.com, then be sure to hit subscribe. Whether you're on our website, Sportscaster.com, or you're on our YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned in as we got some of the best coverage of Michigan high school sports in the state. And this is a game game, the story writes itself. It is oozing with goodness. This is exciting as we have a top 3 matchup in conference in week 4 alone. Lyric, tell us about it. Give us a little history of this matchup here. It's huge.
I mean, I'm really excited to see how this game is going to play out. The levels on both of these teams, it's really going to be something special. But something interesting about this game, I mean, Catholic Central has a home field advantage. But not only that, Catholic Central has 6 games over St. Mary's Head. Since 2018, Catholic Central has beat St. Mary's. Both of these teams are coming in undefeated. So, I mean, obviously, they're both going to have some chip on their shoulder. But let's talk about QB St. Mary's, Jabin Gonzalez's game last week. I mean, let's talk about it. He's beating career high last week. He had 5 touchdowns. 2 of them are rushing. 3 of them are passing in. They beat De La Salle after losing to them for 5 years in a row, 49-10. And Jabin Gonzalez, after that game, said, "We have something to show you guys for the Catholic Central game coming up next week." So I'm excited to see how Jabin Gonzalez is going to perform in this game. What do you guys think?
I'm so excited for this game. I mean, if anyone paid attention last season, Orchard Lake St. Mary's won the D2 state championships, and Catholic Central was just so close, losing by 3 points to the eventual D1 state champions in Cass Tech in the semifinals. These are 2 amazing teams. If you split them up by division, Catholic Central can either be 1 or 2 depending on who you ask, and St. Mary's is pretty much always at the top. I'm so excited for this matchup. The energy not only from that Catholic Central student section, but the St. Mary's student section is just so crazy. It's so cool to see just the blue over there and then the red over there. I love it. I love it here.
These Catholic League matchups are just insane. We had tailgates going on an hour and a half before the game. Friends, family, and alumni are here tonight to cheer on either their Shamrocks or their Eaglets. And to get more specific as to where these teams rank in the state, according to the Detroit News, we got DCC at the number 2 spot via the Super State 25 list they publish every week, and then Orchard Lake St. Mary's number 3. Regardless of the divisions, this is some of the best of the best here in the state of Michigan. And a quick word about our partnership of Sportscaster.com with WJR. In our 2nd season of Drive to the Game, we bring groundbreaking coverage of high school football games with WJR's Chris Renwick calling the game, complemented by some of our student broadcasters, one from each high school, but in this case we got a little bit of extra. From DCC, Cam Ryan will be joining our Chris Renwick in the studio, or up in the press box, a junior at DCC, along with OLSM Chase Arnold, a junior, and Blake Barney, a senior, will be joining our Chris Renwick on the broadcast. No one does it quite like us here on Drive to the Game. And there's so much Division I college talent on both of these teams. Commits and many offers being given. Give us some of the players to watch for this game, especially those who are committed.
I mean, I got to say, I'm a Michigan State student, and obviously as unbiased as I am, on the DCC side, I mean, we have Samson Gash. He's a 4-star wide receiver, and he's committed to Michigan State. I cannot wait to see him play in this game because that's going to be prediction on how he might be at the Spartan Field. But not only that, his brother, Caleb Gash, is a defensive back at Michigan State. And I wonder, is there a little competitiveness between these 2 brothers? Who's going to get more playing time? I mean, because Caleb Gash is a redshirt freshman. So, I mean, he obviously missed out on his season because of an injury or whatever the case may be. So I'm excited to see, and maybe I get to talk to Samson Gash about maybe his brotherly rivalry, or maybe there's, some advice that his brother gives him for coming on the Spartan Field.
Yeah, but not only his older brother at Michigan State right now, but his younger brother Gideon Gash is also on this DCC team as well, one of their star wide receivers as well. But now, Taryn, the Orchard Lake St. Mary's side, they got plenty of talent themselves. Who should we watch out for in this game?
Absolutely. I mean, Orchard Lake St. Mary's is obviously led by head coach Jermaine Gonzalez. And Jermaine, this is his 4th year, and he's amazing. However, his son, Jabin Gonzalez, which you obviously just mentioned, he's only a junior, and he has already racked up 7 offers to play football at the next level, which is absolutely incredible, especially because he only played so much last year, and even that's impressive as a sophomore. But heading over to the defensive side, earlier this year, I believe maybe late spring, early summer, number 4, Ryan Harrington, just committed to Wake Forest earlier this year, and he's an edge. He's one to watch out for. He's sure to be amazing on defense, and not only him, but also Western Michigan commit Kamari Patterson. He seems to be a 2-way player, but I believe that I've seen him play more so in the safety position, which I think that'll be a great matchup to what we know on DCC's offense, where you have guys like Samson Gash, and you have guys like Jack Janda, who's a Wisconsin commit, and you have, oh my gosh, I'm so gonna mess this up, so I'm gonna say this like so like, let's slow it down.
Got it.
You got, what is it, Benny, oh my gosh.
Their
Benny
offensive
Azuka.
lineman,
Yes,
their
Benny
offensive
Azuka.
lineman number 75.
Yes.
A Penn State
commit. So I'm so excited to see this DCC offense against this Orchard Lake St. Mary's defense tonight.
Yeah, and a little more notes on that Orchard Lake St. Mary's defense. Much of that state championship team, the starters have returned, 7 starters, including Ryan Harrington, who not only in last week had 3 sacks in their 49-10 defeat over De La Salle, but in that championship game against Byron Center, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss, and a forced fumble. Ryan Harrington is a force to be reckoned with, and you got to keep an eye on him throughout this game. He's not the only defensive starter back, but he definitely is the main standout. He's going to be a ton of fun to watch, so you guys are going to have to keep an ear out for him as you listen to our beautiful Chris Renwick and the broadcast team who will be taking you guys through kickoff. And who are we at Sportscaster.com? We are a platform designed to provide aspiring sportscasters and fans the tools to support their dreams of one day becoming a recognized voice in the sports broadcasting industry. Sportscaster.com provides educational resources, production, distribution, and promotional tools, as well as opportunities to cover some of the biggest events and the biggest names in sports today, much like this. So simply create an account on Sportscaster.com and start creating your content today. There is no better way to start than to do. So to wrap things up here on the pregame show here, as the band is on the field right now, teams are lining up for the national anthem. A full stand for the DCC side, as well as an away side for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We'll start to wrap things up here. Let's get to some of the predictions for the game. How do we think this is going to go down? Taryn, we'll start with you. Can you see into the future?
I mean, this is going to be one of my most close games to predict, but I'm going to go with a 31-28 Catholic Central victory over Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
I have the same exact score prediction.
Boom.
I think that Catholic Central has a home field advantage. I think that it's going to be a high-scoring game because they have both stacked offenses. So I'm really excited to see this game. I just think that Catholic Central's just going to take it over St. Mary's.
And this one I also believe is going to be close, but Orchard Lake St. Mary's has been a bit on a streak of breaking streaks. Against De La Salle, they had a long losing streak. They broke that at Jimmy John's Field last week. Against DCC for this game in week 4, trying to break a 6-game losing streak to them, I think they can do it. High-scoring event because both these teams score in the 40s often. This one is going to end in an Orchard Lake St. Mary's win, 34-28. It may come down to the last possession because you got such great teams here. How could it not come down to a dramatic final possession finish? That's the way I see it. That's what my crystal ball is telling me. And it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm so glad you guys can join us here. Be sure to follow us, sportscaster.com. Follow us on our YouTube channel as well. Instagram, we got fantastic coverage of sports, not only at the high school level here, we have Michigan State coverage as well, and coverage of every corner of the sports world. So be sure to follow us in any way you can. So in a moment here, we'll kick things off to our WJRs. Chris Renwick with the play-by-play, along with Cam Ryan and Chase Arnold, and Blake Barney is our student broadcasters. Color inside and outside the lines with their commentary of this game here. It's close to kickoff. Glad you guys can join us here. My name is Giovanni Mosheri, along with Lyric Sloan and Taryn Fritching for the pregame show. We'll be with you guys on halftime, as well as the postgame show where we'll have interviews with those from the winning team and our student broadcasters as well. It's going to be a fun one. Buckle up, and it's going to be sweet. Kickoff is next here on Sportscaster.com with WJR.
America and the high school home game gridiron. This is the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR, sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now here's your hometown football host, Chris Renwick.
Welcome in, happy Friday, and we have one of the premier football games in the state of Michigan, anywhere around the mitten tonight. Here at Novi, at the site of Detroit Catholic Central, we have CC and we have the Eaglets of Orchard Lake St. Mary. Chris Renwick along for the ride. We are ready to go and dialed up, and I am so excited to be joined by a couple of friends, new friends here from these schools. Cam Ryan is a junior at CC, and he joins me here. This is going to be a fun one. Good evening to you, Cam.
Good evening to you, Chris. How's it going?
I am ready. I know this is a big emphasis for both of your schools, and the crowd here tonight shows that. Chase Arnold's a junior at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Now, you are generally on the field. You play for this team.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
talk a little bit about that, but you're on the IR.
Yes, sir.
You got banged up in preseason, but I got to imagine this has always been on the calendar for you guys going into the year.
Yeah, this is a game that stays circled. Classic Catholic League matchup, so it should be a fun one.
It is going to be a fun one. Blake Bari is a senior at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. He'll join us in the second half. But I think when you look at where these two teams are at, like you look at what Orchard Lake St. Mary's did last week, they blasted De La Salle.
Yeah.
Right? That's not something that generally happens in this league, but Orchard Lake is playing really good football.
Yes, sir. I think that's all to the coaching staff, I feel like they're very well coached, and it's all.
Yeah, and for CC, I mean, things are rolling, right? And when you play some good teams, you don't want to overlook anybody, and this is a team that you get up for. There's no overlooking the Eaglets.
Absolutely, and this game is probably going to determine who wins the Catholic League. With De La Salle not looking as hot as they have been the last couple years, it really comes down to CC and St. Mary's now that CC's beaten Toledo Central Catholic.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly right. The stakes are very, very high in this game. Reese Hurst is going to be back deep for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, as is Lorenzo Barber, and we're going to call their names a lot tonight. They touch the ball a lot, and they will be very involved in what this offense does. Special teams is going to be very important tonight, too. I know that special teams is usually the stepchild that nobody talks about, but in a game like this, punting, kicking, fielding is going to be very important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to go a long way in gaining momentum for both sides. Coach Asante calls it the X factor of the game would be the special teams. And he tells me all the time when I meet with him, I don't know why they keep kicking it to Samson Gash, but I'll let him do it all day.
That's another name we're going to hear a lot tonight. Ty Goddard is going to kick things off here for Detroit Catholic Central. But, I mean, it's a perfect night, beautiful night. No, there is no weather issues in the forecast. It is a perfect night for high school football. By the way, if it sounds like we're at a farm, we're not. We're just surrounded by cowbells here in the broadcast booth.
It's rocking.
And it's going to be rocking here. The place is full. Now, we were talking a little bit about what this place was like last year during that Belleville game when Bryce Underwood and company came to town, and it was very, very busy. Thousands and thousands of people here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're going to approach that tonight. We've got different portions of the stadiums cordoned off here for that event in case a ton of people show up. And there's people standing around the field already.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time that CC hosts a Catholic League game, it's such a big thing around campus. You got a lot of alumni coming back, and it's just really good for the community.
What's the key here? Pre-game going into this one for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Chase.
Well, everybody says win in the trenches, but I think, like you guys already hit the note, special teams. Special teams, what I think is going to be the difference maker in this game. Kick return and punting. Around practice, it was a big key point to not kick it to Samson Gash, so we won't have to worry about that.
All right, CC's got this thing teed up. Ready to go. Here in Novi, the best game in the state of Michigan is on WJR, and we're underway. This one kicked a little short. It's going to take a hop. CC's got it. Do they at the 20-yard line? It took a wild hop. And the Shamrocks right off the rip, huge special teams play. They recover that kickoff at the 20-yard line, and they are in business. Absolutely stunned.
And now this right here, this is where CC's offensive line has to make that next step from where they were last week. Last week they came out really, really slow, and Duke Banner was under a lot of pressure the whole game. If they can establish their run inside the red zone, CC's going to be great through the whole game.
That ball was headed right towards Reese Hurst. and he kind of pulled up on it because it was kicked short. And as soon as it hit the turf, it just died on the turf, took a hop back towards CC, and that's where they recovered it. So offense for Catholic Central here to start the game after the kickoff. This one handed off.
That was great gap control.
St. Mary's player towards that far hash mark, right at the 20-yard line, getting some attention by the staff.
Your player receiving attention is Case Campbell.
Able to get up and walk that one off under his own power. That's good to see. Looks like that was Kyrie Williams who was banged up there. One of their defensive linemen, the senior. He plays a lot of snaps, so we'll see how that impacts things here for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Now, back to business here for CC. Ball at the 17-yard line. It's 2nd and 6. Duke Banta, the quarterback, takes, gives up the middle. That's Ryan Jafar. Just lowers his shoulder inside the 15-yard line down to the 13. So not enough for a first down. Picks up another 4 yards, so it's 3rd and 2 here for CC.
Yeah, and you'll notice on that last play, Samson Gash, he comes in motion. All those linebackers, their eyes are attached to him at all times, and that's how the running game is going to get set up here for Ryan Jafer and Cedric Williams.
Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 2. Banta takes a little shovel pass to the end, to the side, into the end zone. Did he get in? No signal yet. And he is. Touchdown. CC.
That's that state record speed right there that we talk about all the time. He hits the edge, and if he's got room, he is gone.
Really just a great play call to get him isolated to the edge for 6.
So on the opening kickoff that takes a wild hop back to CC, they recover it at the 21-yard line and take that one into the end zone for a touchdown. It's why you just, in games like this, special teams is going to be a huge factor. It already has been. All right, and a flag, little quick jump there on St. Mary's on the right side of that line.
And you'll see all the coaches right now, they're yelling that truck signal. They're going to bring in 3 running backs, and they're going to go right up the middle here for 2 points.
So they're going to try the 2-point conversion here as Duke Banta comes back out. You talked about it, going a little heavier here. They bring in the running backs. They go to the T. Banta under center. Banta under center, ball at the 1 for 2. Quick give into the end zone, good. Looks like that was Keith Smith into the end zone. Who was that?
That's Jalen Mont Lewis, number 24.
Okay, 24. I missed the 4. So he gets in for 2, and now it's an 8-point lead for the Shamrocks. Again, who cares, right? Got to get right back at it.
Got to get right back at it. With that particular T formation, I feel like that for the heavy hitting Catholic League teams, they all got that T in their playbook. So we was expecting to see that, and they seen it.
All right, so take me what the sideline here looks like for Catholic Central. What's the mindset here?
CC, now they just have to have a really good defensive unit right here. If they can go 3 and out, get the ball back, then the momentum is really on CC's side. We've talked about that X factor of the game, the special teams. That's a huge momentum swing, and now St. Mary's has to try to get it back on their side.
Just a minute 16 off the clock, and CC takes an 8-0 lead. Could be consequential. So, back deep for St. Mary's once again. Reese Hurst and Lorenzo Barber. Let's see if CC tries that little chip shot again. I don't know that it really was a chip shot. A little bit of wind maybe got involved there. But Ty Goddard's got this thing teed up. Here we go. Got it away. Same little spot. Little chip shot again on the turf this time. Hurst able to pick it up, tries to get out to the 20-yard line, the 15-yard line. He's not going to get there. Get to the 12. Again, good downfield coverage by this kick unit. And that's going to put a little bit of pressure here on this offense for St. Mary's. So they're going to spot it all the way back at the 12-yard line. CC swarming on that play.
CC on the interior of their O-line, they've got 2 Big Ten commits, and Benny Azuka, he's going to Penn State, and they got Jack Janda, the Wisconsin commit. He's looking to jump around and get into the backfield today.
All right, first time on offense today for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Raven Gonzalez, the quarterback. Sends a man in motion right to left. Gonzalez takes, gives it to him. Trying that left side. That's Lorenzo Barber on the keeper. He'll get 2 out to the 14-yard line, so 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, he's their jet guy. He's the guy where you want a jet. He's their jet guy. He's the guy you want a jet. That's who you give it to.
Okay, Gonzalez claps the hands, then checks with the sideline. Ten minutes to play here in the opening quarter. CC on top, 8-0. Gonzalez to the pistol. Claps the hands, gets it. Here's a quick throw. Got a man. Shakes a man. Shakes another man out to the 20 and then gets first down yardage. That's Chad Willis on the catch. Again, up for a first down. That's just a nice play. Gonzalez getting that ball out of his hands. Quick find to the man and some nice nifty work on the outside.
The play is the Eagles' first down from their own 20.
So 1st and 10. And what are they going through here? When they get to the sideline, they get set and they look to the sideline. What are they going through? What's the process?
Well, the double clap is mainly just to get the defense to jump, you know. They trust their receiver core, and I think that's what they're going to go through right now.
Here's Gonzalez. Takes quick throw to the opposite side of the field. Got a man. Lowers the shoulders out to the 30. Out to the 32-yard line. That looks like it's going to be a gain of 9 on the play.
Yeah, those corners, they keep playing 5, 6, 7 yards back, so why not just keep going the hitch curl route?
Barber on the reception brings up 2nd down and 1. CC likes to bring pressure, don't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're going to see number 6 here, Josh Akiyama. It looks like he might be coming in.
There's Barber in motion. They give it to him up the middle. Got enough for a first down. Out across the 35-yard line to the 39. So a nice just gash play inside there by Lorenzo Barber. He came in motion, and instead of going out wide on the jet sweep, he cut it upfield, got enough for a first down. 1st and 10 out to the 39-yard line. Got a whistle here. Okay, get some... Trying to get some clarification here from the referees. Here, hold on 1 second. So they're going to change that game clock.
Clock is correct and official.
So they took 7 seconds off the clock, so 9 minutes left on the nose here in the first. They roll it. Gonzalez back to the pistol. Claps gets it. Here's a quick throw. That's Barber again, making a man miss at the 50. Gets it into CC territory, down to the 47-yard line. And he is very shifty on the outside.
Yeah. Lorenzo feels like he got something to prove this year, and this is one of the big games to prove.
St. Mary's obviously likes what they see with those corners being backed up. They keep throwing those curl routes, and they're going to go tempo here.
St. Mary's into CC territory for the first time today. Gonzalez calls for it, gets it, gives it up the middle with some room, making a couple of men miss out to the 40-yard line. Jalen Monlewis.
Jamari Givon with the carry.
Okay, very good.
Jamari Javon, the ball carrier, stopped on the play by Beckett Glenn.
So he picks up 8 on the play. Second down. Second and 2 here.
Second and short. This is a time where St. Mary's could really take a shot downfield, because if you don't pick it up, then you can just go back 3rd and 2 and get the gain on the ground.
All right, the CC faithful getting loud. Second and 2. Here's the take. Gonzalez wants to throw. Got a man out to the 30-yard line. Barber again on that catch. Pulled down by Luka Genrich.
I know the game just started, but this offense is looking nice, calm, and collected, driving it down the field, taking it play-by-play.
They get right back to the line. 7:27 to play here in the first. Once again, they check with the sideline. Gonzalez gets a call and makes that communication with his line. Settles in. One receiver left, one right, ball near hash mark. Gonzalez takes, fakes, he's going to run it up the middle. Not a lot of room, picking up positive yards out to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 1. I don't know if that was a broken play, didn't see what he liked on the outside and just decided to turn it up.
Well, you'll see number 77, Brandon Bartolucci. He's the one that made the initial pressure. That dude's an absolute unit.
Short gain, second and 9 from the Shamrocks 30.
Second down and 9 after a gain of 1. Make that call with his line. Gonzalez settles in. Same formation. Takes. Gives. Up the middle. That's a given. Picks a couple as he gets inside the 30.
And like Cam was talking about, those two interior Big Ten defensive linemen caused a stop.
Absolutely. This is a big 3rd down here for both teams. On CC's side, if you can hold them to a field goal, that's great. But on Mary's side, they have to get the 1st down here and keep that momentum on their side. They've been moving the ball down the field great the whole time. They just got to finish the job.
Clock continues to run. 5:44 to play here in the first. It's 3rd and 8. Here's the take. Gonzalez throws. Got a man. That's Barber. Gets enough for a 1st down. Out to the 20-yard line. And that is a big 1st down here for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Jamin and Lorenzo's chemistry is almost unmatched, I'd say.
They go right back to the line. Clock continues to run. CC up 8-0. Halfway through the first quarter. All right, ball far hash mark. Orchard Lake St. Mary's in their all whites, red accents, red lids. Empty set here for Gonzalez. He's going to take it. Pushes right into that line, still pushing. Out to the 16-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. They're just pushing this thing.
Very surprised St. Mary's went away from the pass, and, as it was working. Also, CC hasn't brought any pressure.
4:30 to play. Feels a little bit like bend but don't break here for CC, right?
Yeah.
Now that they've got him inside the red zone, trying to keep him out of the end zone at this point. Makes that call with the line. 2nd down and 6. Gonzalez takes. Quick throw, incomplete.
Looked like number 6, Josh Atiamo, got in there and tipped it.
That was that pressure that I was talking about. It's going to play a big factor as this game goes on.
All right, big 3rd down here, 3rd and 6. Orchard Lake St. Mary's had a big 3rd down a minute ago, and now this one looms large again. Coaching staff communicating with Jaden Gonzalez. Third and 6. Gonzalez calls for it, gets it. Trying up the middle, nothing doing. He'll pick up a yard, maybe out to the 15-yard line. Not enough, though, for a first down. It's 4th down and 5 coming up. And it feels like they're going for it.
Short game brings up 4th down and 5 from the Shamrocks 15.
And I think that was the call the whole time. They had 2 plays to get this.
It might have been, but they could also try to be going hard count here. They go hard count, take the timeout, and maybe they kick the field goal. We'll see. Gonzalez really looks like he wants a play call here.
It just feels like low risk, high reward. So let's see what happens.
4th and 5 here for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Calls for it and gets it. Looking across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Lorenzo Barber. Had some heat in his face, and Gonzalez put it on a good spot, but it was good coverage down the field, and they turn it over on downs.
Big stop for CC.
Now if you're CC, this is a great time to get that running game going.
Great time to get the run game going, certainly, and just put a drive together, right? Get a couple of first downs and just lean on them a little bit. Let's see what they do here. Here comes this CC offense.
Got a whole bunch of time on the clock. They got to give their defense a rest here. They did a great job coming up with that stop on 4th down.
Now, from my perspective, and you're in the huddle, you're on the sideline, I'd love to hear from what you think, Chase. But, like, early in the game, right, got a little momentum offensively. I don't hate that call.
Yeah.
I like going for it there.
Yeah, it's very low risk, high reward. So, I mean, it's not a bad call. You got him backed up still.
Banta takes. Gives up the middle, just shy of the 20-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 on that play.
Anytime an offense can get 5 yards a pop, they want that every time.
By Trajan Gibson. Gain of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Again, not a ton of, not a lot of pressure here for CC. They're just going to take their time, try to be methodical here. All right, here's Bannon, the shotgun. Calls for it and gets it. Quick 3-step drop, sets, throws, over the middle, got a man at the 40. Still on his feet at the 45, to the 50, into Orchard Lake St. Mary's territory. And that is a big catch and grab. Cam Sweargren picks it up, big gain, and a first down for CC inside Orchard Lake St. Mary territory.
Yeah, number 4, Cam Swearingen. Coach Asante tells me all the time, that's your utility guy. He can line up anywhere on the field. We see him a lot at the H position, and he comes up with a big gain there.
Yeah, that was all possible because of the O-line. You know, the St. Mary's team has had a great pass rush these past few games, and the O-line stopped.
It's a great sign for CC because their offensive line did not have an amazing game last week.
All right, 1st and 10 from the St. Mary's 43. Here's a give. Boy, there is just nothing doing there. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Cedric Williams, the ball carrier. Now, you credit that front 7. There was just nowhere to go with that ball.
Yeah, I was just talking about the pass rush, and the number one thing with St. Mary's football is stop the run, and they got it done.
Trajan Gibson was all over that thing. Plays that defensive tackle spot. Quick, shifty. Made that play there. It's 2nd and 12 here on the loss. Here, just flip it to him again. Why not? get back to the initial line of scrimmage. That's it. Peyton Sofran on the just little tip pass from Banta brings up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and Sofran's also their backup quarterback. You might see him line up there if Duke Bannock goes down at some point in the game.
That tackle was made by DJ Taylor, the backup safety. He came in there and made the play.
Peyton Sofran is also a reclass. He reclassed from the class of 2026 down to the class of 2027, so he's definitely an experienced player.
It's a big 3rd down here. I think the pass rush depends on.
Under a minute left here, 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Motion man out of the backfield. Here's a little bubble screen out to the receiver inside the 40-yard line. Not enough for a 1st down. That one goes to Samson Gash. And now let's see what the decision here is. I don't think they've got to make that decision here in the first quarter. I think they've got some time to think this thing over.
Where would you go here, Chris?
What would I do? I'm going for it.
You go for it?
Here on 4th down.
I agree.
Yeah, and again, I think it's more of a product of the position on the field that you're in. But that's for quarter number 2. We'll take a break. CC on top, 8-0, looking for more. We'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football, our Drive to the Game coverage here on WJR.
This is Sportscaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Want to be the next great voice? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Amplify the drama.
To the end zone! Touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh my!
Create memories forever etched in our minds.
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Send shivers up our spine, make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen?
Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just sign up and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands and put you in the center of the action.
You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, big play here to start the second quarter. Gideon Gash to the corner of the end zone. Perfectly thrown ball by Duke Banna, and that puts another 6 on the board for CC.
Yeah, absolutely. Gideon Gash, he's a 3-sport varsity athlete in lacrosse, basketball, and football. He's a 4-star. He's got offers from Michigan, Bama, all that good stuff, and he is definitely their guy, 50-50 ball in the end zone.
Unbelievable catch. Great throw by Duke Banna. Put that thing right on the money, and the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. 11:51 to play here in the first half, and CC up 15-0. So now, again, I think from St. Mary's perspective, it doesn't change.
Yeah.
Get that first down, put a couple of those things together, put a drive together, then get into the end zone here.
Yeah, this is just a little bit of adversity, you know. At least this year, this team isn't used to being hit in the mouth like this, so I think this will be fun to watch how they respond.
I think it's also important that they go with a little bit of more tempo here because CC does get the ball at half, and with only 11 minutes to go on the clock here in the second half, I think St. Mary's is going to have to go down the field pretty quickly here so they can get the ball back.
Yeah, but you know the Eaglets are comfortable in what they do, right? And if they want Gonzalez to spin that thing, they're going to have the faith that he's going to go out and spin it, right? They know what they're capable of doing offensively. So I don't know that the playbook really shrinks here. I don't think this coaching staff is worried necessarily about turning the ball over or anything like that. They're just going to put this pedal to the metal.
Especially with the trust in the defense they have. The offense has got a full go.
All right, Goddard's got this thing teed up for the Shamrocks. Here we go. All right, that one's fielded inside the 5-yard line, coming back the other way. Trying the left side, cutting it back up the middle, still working that thing out to the 30-yard line. Finally taken down, Reese Hurst on the bring back. That's just some shifty running, good field vision, and gives St. Mary's some pretty good starting field position here out at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, football, like basketball, it's a game of runs, and that was a good momentum swing. See what the St. Mary's offense has.
Sun starting to set here at Catholic Central. Beautiful night for high school football. We're happy to have you along with us. I think we're having a little more clock trouble. Referee's going to halt play for that. Getting a look at all right, holding things up. Waiting to get something changed on there. Ball's at the 33. It's 1st and 10. Everybody's got their timeouts. Looks right to me. See if they're going to change the time here. Well, they're getting this worked out. This place is filled out. Added a couple more seconds to it. 11:40 to play here. All right, all set. Here's Gonzalez takes. He's going to keep it up the middle. Just nothing doing. Back to the line of scrimmage, and he gets driven back. Really nice job. Well read. Good gap assignments there. Hunter Stokes makes that play. 2nd and 10. No gain. Gonzalez to the pistol. He's got 2 receivers right, 1 left. Ball near hash mark. They check for the sideline. And CC hasn't brought a ton of pressure tonight. They're generating enough with four of those defensive linemen.
And I wonder if they're trying to contain Gonzalez a little bit because he can run.
There's a spy on that play for CC. That one read absolutely perfectly. Connor Ryan coming over to make that play. It was Brandon Adams Jr., the tight end, making that grab, but it was read perfectly. Textbook tackle there from Ryan, and it's 3rd down and 10.
It's a big 3rd and long here for the Eaglets. Definitely 2 downs to get this, but they got to get at least 5 here on 3rd down.
Clock runs, 10:23 to play here in the first half. Gonzalez calls for it. They need 10. Quick step, throws high and away. Looking for Chad Willis. It goes out of bounds, and it's 4th down. And St. Mary's going to have to punt this thing away. So not quite what you wanted there offensively. Again, still plenty of time in this game. CC's perspective, now you can put a little bit of pressure on here.
Absolutely, and right here, this could be a big momentum swing for either team right here. If they kick it to Samson Gash, I'm telling you, that is a big mistake for the Eaglets.
So Gash stands at his own 38-yard line. Here's the punt. Gets a hold of it. Gash got it at the 40. That one well covered. Finally pushed out of bounds shy of the 45-yard line. So that time, no harm, no foul.
That's real. Big defensive possession here for the Eaglets. I think if they get a stop, then the offense can go score. They're going to have to go score to stay in this game.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I think if you get a stop here, again, very similar to what we talked about offensively for St. Mary's. Defensively, the same thing. The playbook doesn't shrink, right? There's a lot of confidence in this defense. Now, you play defensive end and running back.
Yes, sir.
What do you prefer?
I prefer defensive end.
Okay.
I get to go rush the quarterback.
Uh-huh.
But the same can be said about scoring touchdowns and running back. So.
Yeah. All right, here it is. 1st and 10 here for the Shamrocks. Banta calls for it, gets it. Gives it up the middle. That's Cedric Williams still on his feet. That is a hard-fought gain of 8 on that play, and he just never gave up on it, kept those legs churning. And nice blocking up front, too, by that offensive line.
Yeah, I think it's really important here for CC that they have a long and sustainable drive here. They've got 9 minutes left on the clock. They get the ball at half. So say you take 7 minutes off the clock right here with a touchdown. You only give St. Mary's 2 minutes to come down the field and score. You're in great shape at half.
CC up 15-0 over Orchard Lake St. Mary's. It's 2nd and 8 inside Eaglet territory at the 48. Motion man left to right. Banta takes. Here's the throw down the field. Little trickery. She's got a man. Still on his feet at the 15-10, the 5. Touchdown. Samson Gash. A little trickery on the play.
Absolutely. Number 3, Payne Stauffer, he's going to come in motion. They're going to flip it to him, and I told you that he's their backup quarterback. He takes it. As soon as he's got it, he flips it downfield. 50-50 ball, Samson Gash. I like to think that's more of a 75-25 ball in Samson's favor, as Payne Stauffer got smoked on that play.
Yeah, he did. He got absolutely leveled. Slow to get up, just now making his way to the sideline, but he got absolutely crushed.
You said CC started off slow last week. They came out fire in this week.
Yeah,
they got back ready to play.
So much for that 7-minute drive. Yeah. They decided to open up the playbook and take a shot, and it worked out. Also, Samson Gash, give him a lot of credit. That ball was a little high, went up, got it, and then withdrew a little bit of that contact. Sustained a little bit of it, and then able to shake it off and then find his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point attempt is up, and that is good. So 9 minutes to play here in the first half, and it is all CC. They're up 22-0. All right. What's the message over there now, Chase? What's the message by this staff?
The message is just be able to fight through adversity. I think this drive is going to be slow. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to take their time getting down the field to try to lessen some of that CC momentum. I think that when they get back on defense, they need to stop no matter if they score or if they don't score. Because CC still gets the ball back at half.
Yeah, and with 9 minutes left, I mean, still plenty of time left in this quarter. So Ty Goddard and this kickoff unit trot out onto the field.
Yeah, and it's a little bit interesting, Chris, because last week, CC, the only touchdown that they let up in the first half was actually a double pass trick play for Clarkson North. So I wonder if Coach Asante got a little inspired by that play, and they just perfected it right there.
All right, got this thing teed up. Goddard starts his motion and puts a foot on it. Another little chip shot. Fair caught at the 24-yard line. I mean, you just hear the crowd here. I mean, this is a huge game. You look across the field, the visitor side, and the bleachers over there are packed. I mean, you can feel how big of a game this really is.
Classic Catholic League matchup for you.
All right, 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Starting this drive at their own 25. Finding a way is, talk about a utility knife. Lorenzo Barber does it all for this team. He's able to pick up 2. Check that, 1 on the play, so 2nd and 9. Gonzalez checked to the sideline. Again, like you mentioned, not a lot of hurry here. They're just going to take their time with this thing. 2nd and 9. Gonzalez calls for it, gets it. Quick throw. Got a man out to the far sideline. Chad Willis hauls that thing in. That picks up chunk yardage. Pick up 7, bring up 3rd and 2 here. Again, this defense is absolutely swarming tonight.
Yeah, Coach Asante calls it the brick wall defense, and he tells me all the time that he thinks that that's the key point to their team, physicality.
7:45 to play here in the first half. CC up 22-0, looking for a big stop defensively. Gonzalez calls for it, gets it. That brick wall, did it stay strong enough? I think they're going to give them the first down, and they do. Good hard running inside.
I would like to note the O-line substitution.
Yeah.
Kenneth Paul came in at right guard, and Abram Marcial switched to center. And from Greg Smith as he took the start on defense.
So big first down on the gain of just enough. They got the 2 that they needed, and it's 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Again, Chase, you called it. Just methodical here, right? Not getting ahead of themselves. All right, here's Gonzalez on the end around. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Hard hit at the 35-yard line. Get out to the 36. And that's it. Chad Willis on the end around brings up 2nd and 9. Again, trying to find some space on the edge there.
Yeah, CC looked like that game playing very well for these jet sweeps.
.6:26 to play here in the first half. CC on top 22-0. Gonzalez and company here looking for a little something. Here's a give up the middle. Lorenzo Barber picks up positive yardage, gain of 2. So now you're looking at 3rd and 7 on this play. And again, a big 3rd down here for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 3rd down and 7. What's the play call here, Chase? What do you like?
On the opposite side of the 50, I don't think this is a 4th down territory. I like the pass.
Gonzalez calls for it. Little screen. Got a man. Oh, my goodness. Stopped and then breaks a tackle. Gets to the 45-yard line. Out across the 45 and enough for a first down. That is some really good running. Kept those legs moving. Kamari Patterson picks up enough for a first down. Another big 3rd down conversion.
I love the play call. No deep shot, just a little.
Right back to it. Gonzalez gives it up the middle. Chunk yardage. Good blocking up front there by that offensive line inside CC territory out to the 48. Patterson again touching the ball that time.
Now, if you're CC, it looks like some of your momentum has gone a little bit on the Eaglet side. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Asante burned one here.
And we got a flag on the play, and that's going to be quick movement here.
There was about 3 or 4 of those last week on the O-line. I wonder if that was the same thing this week.
So that's not the direction you want to move for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but again, they got some momentum going on this drive. That'll move them back 5, so it's 2nd and 9 coming up. They get down to it. 4:46 to play here in the first half. Here's a give up the middle. I like that little play that they run with the receivers coming off the edge. Looks like they're going to take it far side, but they cut it north and south. I love that play.
Yeah, and that's by design, too. That's not just by instinct.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd down and 6 from midfield.
All right, another big 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 6. That penalty could be looming large. Ball at that 50-yard stripe. Orchard Lake St. Mary's down 22-0. Gonzalez takes. Here's the keeper. Not going to get enough. He'll pick up, looks like 4 out to the 47, 46.5 yard line. I mean, again, I think here you go for it. 4th and short. Now the dangers of that, though, is you give Orchard Lake St. Mary, or you give CC the ball back near midfield with 3.5 minutes left on the clock and 3 timeouts still. So it's the trade-off.
I say you go fake screen and go or something like that. Maybe run the screens and pass third down.
Gonzalez has been effective at times if he gets the right block up front, keeping that ball.
I think they're going to go hard count here for St. Mary's. They're going to take a timeout. They're going to talk about it, and then they'll go for it. They do.
All right, so they'll take a timeout. 3:13 to play here in the second quarter. And, one of the cool things like you guys are doing, aspiring broadcasters perhaps, my son Jake, we thought, well, I mean, if we're going to get him up here for a football game, being on a sportscaster broadcast is probably pretty good. Jake, are you enjoying the game tonight?
Well, yeah, I prefer spin.
What do you think? What do you think of the blue team tonight?
Well, the tour I like they're saying us 22-0, and we're only just saying I like saying.
All right, but let me ask you this: the team in the white with the red helmets, are they going to come back? Do they have enough time?
I don't know.
Some big plays coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think so too.
Well, they're taking a timeout right now.
Yep, they took a timeout. And so what do you think's going to come? Are they going to run the ball or pass the ball next?
I don't know, but
you have to make a guess. What is it going to be?
Well,
run or pass?
It's a run.
Run. All right, we'll see what it is. All right, thank you, Jake.
Let's go.
All right, big 4th down here, buddy. Nice job. Big 4th down. Here it comes. Gonzalez going to throw. Elmo's picked at the 45. Coming back the other way. Nobody's home. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. CC. The pick 6. Samson Gash.
Josh Antiamo, the outside linebacker, he's the one that jumped the route, and as soon as he's got it, all the St. Mary's players are nowhere near him, and that's an easy 6 for Josh Antiamo.
Comes out of that linebacker spot and makes the play. There was nobody around to stop him. He turned on the afterburners. Unbelievable stuff.
As soon as the receiver broke off his route, he was jumping that fast.
Yeah, and that's one where, again, almost looked like he was just keeping his eyes on Gonzalez. Kind of knew exactly where he was going with that thing. Jumped the route and electrified the crowd here at CC. So that lead balloons. Kick is up and it's good. 29-0 with 3:07 to play here in the first half. You got to be feeling pretty good. A little bit of sigh of relief. I know all the emotions were going pregame, but now you feel pretty good going into halftime here in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
On the other side of things, I always look at it like this. If a team can score 29 points in a half, why can't we?
Yeah.
Right, coming out of the half, they scored 29, why can't we score 30?
Yeah.
Right?
Ever since the opening kickoff, CC has been way more aggressive, way more assertive. They've been more physical, so I think there's going to be key points in the locker room halftime speech. And I don't think the game's over yet. We still got a whole nother half football.
No doubt about it.
I think it's really important right here for St. Mary's to go down the field and get some points on the board. It's going to be really hard to come back down 4 scores and even a 2-point conversion at halftime if they don't have anything to show for themselves.
So Coach Gonzalez, right? You get him into halftime. You get him into the locker room.
Yeah, I think.
What kind of leader is he? What kind of motivator? What kind of coach is he in a situation like this?
Well, he's going to say this is our real first test, real first adversity, and it's a big one. It's a big test. So he's going to see how the team responds, and I think the team will respond pretty well. We'll end up seeing a way better game in the second half.
Talked about how important special teams was going to be in this game. They've played a role. Defensively, CC has been absolutely suffocating, and in that case, a big turnover for a score. That ball's on the ground live, and able to just hop on top of it is Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Caden Blankenberg, one of the up men, couldn't quite catch that one clean, but he able to hop on top of it. No harm, no foul. 1st and 10 for Orchard Lake St. Mary's from their own 25-yard line. And again, you got 3 minutes left here. You still got 2 timeouts. You're still looking for points here if you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's getting into the half. Because CC's coming out, they get the ball, so you want to try to put some points on the board here.
I say take a shot right here.
You like a shot right off the
I like
rip?
a shot.
They got 2 receivers to the left of the formation. That's the short side of the field. Gonzalez takes. We got flags on the field. And they stop it. I think that's going to move Orchard Lake St. Mary's back. The false start here on offense. I think it was on the left side of that line, just a little jumpy. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 20-yard line. I think they were going to take a shot, though. That's what it looked like.
It looked like it.
All right, here's the motion man. The give to the outside with some space, cuts it up. Taken down at the 29-yard line. Again, just Lorenzo Barber can do it all for this offense. Made him very available tonight and picks up big chunk yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up after the gain of 9.
I think they need to keep trying to get it to their playmakers, and when one of them isn't open, go to the other one.
Gonzalez takes, fakes. He's going to keep it right side. No, he gave that thing.
Yeah.
That was a good fake there. Picking up again positive yards. Picks up 3. It's going to be 3rd and 3. All right, so this is a big 3rd down here for the CC defense if they can get off the field.
Absolutely. If they can get off the field here, I wonder if it's almost 4-down territory for St. Mary's, because on one hand, they're on their side of the field, but on the other hand, they don't really have the option to give it back to CC and try to see if they'll score before the end of this half. So it's going to be decision time for sure if they don't pick it up.
Clock continues to run. Buck 45 to play here in the 2nd. CC up 29 to zip. Gonzalez takes, fakes the give. Got a little bit of time, getting pressure. Now he's got to roll. Able to dive, enough for the 1st down. Picks up 3 and enough. Again, that was just being patient. Didn't see anything down the field. Kept his eyes down the field, but then he started to feel a little heat and he bailed. Picks up the 3 and it's a 1st and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Gonzalez takes, gives up the middle, little bit of room.
I think they need to start airing it out. A minute left on the clock. They don't really have that much time.
Jack Janda on the tackle there. There's the fake, the throw out to the side, got a man. That's Daniel Taylor, I believe, on the far side.
Joshua Atiemo with the stop.
Now for a 1st down.
1st down St. Mary's from their own 46.
Clock stops on the out-of-bounds play. So ball at the 46-yard line. 54 seconds left. Orchard Lake St. Mary's looking for points. St. Mary still has 2 timeouts left. Gonzalez in the shotgun, calls for it. Gets it. Fakes it, wants to go. Down the field, got a man open at the 30-yard line. They're going to say he caught that along the sideline. Lorenzo Barber hauled it in.
Yeah, it looked like CC was in cover 3 there, and they just didn't have anyone to pick up that slot receiver because Gideon was going deep with the outside guy.
All right, so 1st and 10. CC at the 20, or excuse me, Orchard Lake St. Mary's at the 26. Gonzalez takes, wants to throw, got a man. Little cut inside at the 20, still on his feet, inside the 15, and then finally dips out of bounds near the 10-yard line. They'll spot him at the 11.
Let's say you keep it on the air, you stay with you working. Although I do believe that they're going to go to the run game here.
Okay, 43 seconds left here in the second. Now it runs, 41. St. Mary's looking for points, and CC is going to take a timeout, talk some things over with under a minute to play. And I'm sure CC doesn't want to let them. I mean, obviously, you don't want it, that's the whole point. But you really don't want to put him in here, give him that momentum going into the half.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Coach Asante right now, I wonder if they're going to start bringing a little more pressure with their outside linebackers or inside linebackers. Because, like you said, Chase, I really do think that St. Mary's is going to try to punch it in on the ground, especially with a timeout in their back pocket.
If you're Coach Gonzalez in that huddle, you're telling your offense you have to score. There's
right.
no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's a must-need touchdown right here.
And again, really plenty of time. Right, 40 seconds. You still have the 2 timeouts. So, again, the playbook is open. You can run the football here still and not panic.
Yeah.
They check with the sideline. Gonzalez. Ball far hash mark. Orchard Lake St. Mary's working right to left. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gonzalez is a keeper. Spins out of a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then gets inside the 10-yard line. Again, that clock is going to run. 30 seconds left, and now they stop it. 31 seconds left on the clock. Orchard Lake St. Mary's calls their second time out of the half.
I would like to note that this is definitely one of them games that you wish you could play in.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. So they'll spot the ball at about the 8-yard line. Orchard Lake St. Mary's got to get into the end zone here.
Second and long, they do still have a timeout, but in my opinion, I think this is an obvious passing down right here. I think they're a little too far from the sticks to be able to just run it. 30 seconds on the clock. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some play action here.
Yeah, and you almost want to keep that now with 1 timeout left. You might want to just keep that in your pocket for a doomsday scenario, right? A sack, something like that, a scramble play where you burn a bunch of time. So I'm with you. It feels like a pass here.
Even if you do go in the air, you still got Jabin with his legs.
Yep,
so
no doubt.
A lot of options here.
Jabin Gonzalez leading this offense on this drive. Inside the 10-yard line, 2nd and 7. The CC faithful fired up. Under the lights here in Novi. I don't know what the issue is. The crew here holding things up. They put 35 seconds back on the clock. Now they give him the okay signal. Here we go. 2nd and 7. David Gonzalez, it was a low snap. He's going to the end zone. Up high, trying to climb the ladder. Couldn't quite come down with it. Looking for Chad Willis on the far side, but good coverage. Gideon Gash was all over it.
It looked a little too handsy for me. I'm really surprised that the refs didn't throw a flag on that one. I think Gideon got away with one right there.
I think if we see a better snap, we might be seeing a different result of that play. So, 3rd down now.
32 seconds left. It's 3rd down. Can still pick up a 1st down. 3rd and 7. Gonzalez calls for it, gets it. Getting pressure, throws, corner of the end zone. There's a flag. Once again, Gideon Gash was in coverage over on that side. Chad Willis, the intended receiver.
I almost wonder if it's going to be offsetting here, because they might have gotten a hold on the offensive line.
You see the flag in the end zone. Holding defense.
Okay.
Holding the ball on the defense.
So that is an automatic first down, just what the doctor ordered here for the Eaglets. So check that. So third down here.
And I think now, Chris, here is where you could take a shot at running the ball.
Yeah,
try
right.
to get a few here. Burn a timeout.
So half the distance to the goal. They put that inside the 5-yard line. That's 3. Gonzalez trying the middle. Lowers the shoulder. Not going to get there. And it's fourth down coming up.
Jacob Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
And Brendan Bartolucci.
And now with 17 seconds left, they being Orchard Lake St. Mary's, has to take that timeout. And again, I mean, I think you just go for it here. You're down 29-0.
You got no choice.
I don't know that a field goal's in play here.
Yeah, I like the T formation we seen CC do, or 12 personnel with 2 tight ends and 1 running back to help try to punch it in here.
And I mean, you want to talk about momentum.
Yeah.
Going into the half, it's fourth down. If this defense makes a stop, you're going to be able to hear this crowd in Orchard Lake.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to be absolute mayhem here.
Absolutely. This is what defines a brick wall defense right here. If they can stand here, it's as good as it's going to get out of this defensive unit.
All right, the offense is out on the field.
They're going to bring in Samson Gash, number 5, to play cornerback here.
He's on Lorenzo Barber on the outside. Javen Gonzalez. Here comes Barber on the motion. The give up the middle. In to the end zone. Touchdown. Orchard Lake St. Mary's finally finds pay dirt. Daniel Taylor gets in from 3 yards out. And it's 6 points for the Eaglets.
And that was all possible because of the O-line and the push they got. Fourth down. They knew what it was. They knew what the stakes were. They knew if they didn't score here, the game really wouldn't have been that comebackable. But they got the job done.
That is a big, big fourth down touchdown when they needed it most. That is that who cares mentality. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and that thing up through the uprights and good. 17 seconds left here in the first half. Orchard Lake St. Mary's on the board. It's CC 29 and Eaglets 17. That is going to feel really good going into the half.
And the St. Mary's sideline is definitely something to celebrate about in this game where things ain't really been going their way.
And again, that's a back against the wall mentality, right? You got to find some points. They finally did. CC, I don't think there's anything to hang your head about going into the half. Played really, really well. And this offense did some things on that drive.
Absolutely. They also got them down to fourth down on the 3-yard line.
Yep,
so
a couple big third downs on that drive, too.
Is definitely, I felt like all the pressure was obviously on St. Mary's side to get in the end zone rather than CC side to make the stop. So like you said, Chris, nothing to hang your head about here at half. Just make sure you come out with that same intensity for the third quarter.
Unbelievable night here for high school football. The best teams in the state going at it here on WJR. It's good to have you along. All right, here's the run up. Little squib kick. That one's going to be fielded and then just smartly falling to the turf at about the 33-yard line. And now here comes this offense. Again, I don't think we can expect anything flashy here, just trying to get to the half up 29-7.
Absolutely. The coaches are signaling for that truck formation, so we're going to see three running backs in the backfield. However, they do run some play action, tight end pop passes with that formation. So you never know. We could be seeing some trickery here. But I think Duke Banna is just going to take it to that.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go to that victory formation that they call it here. He's going to take a knee. I think everybody on the near sideline, the home sideline, is going to be just fine enough taking this thing into halftime. CC up 29-7 at the half. Chase Arnold, it has been great to have you up in the booth. Well done.
Thank you.
We're going to tag another member of the Orchard Lake St. Mary's community in. A senior's coming in to take your spot, but it's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I give it over to my partner, Blake, I would like to note that if I was playing, I don't think the score would be the same.
Well, I completely agree. Chase Arnold, the junior at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We'll take a break. CC on top, 29-7 at the half. It's the drive to the game on WJR.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
The best electrical contractors, period. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years. And they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
Experience the magic of the Michigan Renaissance Festival and embark on a thrilling Renaissance quest full of adventure, merriment, and turkey legs. Weekends now through September 28th. Get your discounted tickets today at MishRenFest.com.
At Michigan Slip and Fall Lawyers, we protect people hurt in slip and fall accidents. The only law firm in Michigan specializing in slip and fall accidents. We've recovered millions for our injured clients. If you've been hurt in a slip and fall, go to falllaw.com for your free consultation.
You're listening to the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Live coverage of Michigan's biggest high school football matchups, presented by Sportscaster.com. Also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now for hometown halftime coverage, here's Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome in. It is halftime here, and we've got a good one brewing for you here at Detroit Catholic Central. Meanwhile, of course, when you're talking about athletics, you always need the trainers. You need the medical staff, not only during the game to make sure that whenever you get banged up, you get a little bit of an injury, that they are there to help you treat it, but all of the prep work that goes into a game, that goes into a season, particularly at the high school level, is so important, and that's where some of our most serious work gets done to get students ready for a season like this. Jenny Burnham is an athletic trainer at Detroit Henry Ford Health Sports Performance and joins me here at halftime to talk. Jenny, it's great to have you. Let's talk a little bit about the awareness of what you guys are doing at the Performance Program.
So we are located at the Center for Athletic Medicine next to the Pistons Performance Center here in Detroit. And we work hand in hand with our physicians as well as our physical therapy staff, and we provide a variety of programs, from a bridge program like a return to sport program, return to sport testing. We do sports performance training once those athletes are looking to improve in different metrics. And we also provide a gait analysis and a sports performance analysis to really break down how those athletes move and if we can make any improvements based on that.
Yeah, so this isn't just like a workout. It's not like getting with a personal trainer.
No.
It is so much more intricate.
Yes. We pride ourselves in the fact that we look at the athlete from top to bottom, and they may have previous injuries or they're working through a current injury, but we really want to hammer out how we can figure out to make this athlete better and more well-rounded for sure.
How does the conditioning process impact these athletes? That's a huge piece to this puzzle.
Yeah, so everybody has different experiences, different coaches, and obviously each athlete has different demands for their sport. So we really take a very inclusive history of them to find out kind of where they're at, and then we want to build our program within whether they're in season, out of season, what they're currently doing. Do we need to tweak what they're doing outside of here, or how do we fit into what they're trying to achieve in their given sport.
What kind of technology do you use? Because it sounds like what you're doing is really granular, and I imagine that you need some technology to get that granular.
Absolutely. We use a whole combination of things, but our main piece of technology that we have is a motion markerless capture system. So we have these athletes move in a big space with force plates in the floor or in the treadmill, and the data that we get from that force plate is put together with the information that's coming from the camera system, and we use AI to help us map out joint angles and at the speed that those joints move, so that we can really look at on a small level about how they're doing these functional movements for their sport and if that's something that we need to improve on.
Do you tailor these programs for different types of people? Obviously, a professional athlete, their conditioning, the way that they take care of and maintain their bodies is totally different than maybe how a high schooler would, or how, somebody who likes to just casually play pickleball or golf or tennis during the weekend. So are these specific programs that are tailored to the individual?
Yep, absolutely. So when we're doing our initial evaluation, our intake, we get to know that individual person and kind of where they're at with things. So if they are maybe a high school athlete that plays their club sport, or maybe they play more sports, all the way up to the weekend warrior or recreational athlete, and we kind of match where they're at in addition to where they want to go. So I'm not going to give a high school athlete the same type of program. A high school basketball player is not going to get the same thing as a college basketball player. The focus is going to be a little bit different. And obviously it's tailored to that individual's specific history as well.
And maybe somebody who has an injury but then goes through the program and is able to come back safely. I have to imagine that's really satisfying.
Absolutely. We have several examples of athletes that have kind of been with us through the whole continuum of care in Henry Ford, where they might be at one of our contracted schools, saw their athletic trainer, saw our physician, may or may not have had to have surgery, did PT with us, and then finished with us in sports performance. And now they're getting back to their sport, and they're doing really well.
That's cool. If somebody wants to take part in the program, learn a little bit more, how do they do that?
For sure. So a couple ways. You can go to our website. It's henryford.com/sportsperformance, or they can give us a call. Our number is 313-651-1917.
Jenny Burnham, an athletic trainer at Henry Ford Health Sports Performance. Thanks so much for your insight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, we'll get you ready for second half action coming up here on WJR.
So what we're doing with Sportscaster.com is we're giving people a platform, a community, all focused on sports broadcasting, whether it be a podcast, a piece of commentary, stirring it up with the other guys, the Michigan-Ohio State fans getting together on a particular issue and really going at it, whatever it may be, or a live play-by-play opportunity. People can go there, subscribe to the channels, enjoy their favorite sports broadcasters and their commentary and their content. And it's a great way for people to learn and hone their craft before they go out and, do it at the NFL or the college level.
Well, I think that's a great idea. I truly do, and it's going to help broadcasters. You asked me earlier, what should a young broadcaster do to get started? Exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Find a way to get on that sportscaster.com, get on that high school broadcast, and when you do, tape it so that you have an audition tape that you can send to some other outlet, wherever it is, and say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I've done before. Like actors send out lists of credits. Yep. This is a movie I've done before. This is a voiceover I've done before. Same thing with sportscaster.com. Get on that broadcast, find a way and do it, and then tape it, and then send it along so that someone else gets an opportunity. Who knows? You may get hired, and you're not just 1 week, you're 10 weeks in a row. And that's how you do it. It's hard. It doesn't pay a lot of money. But if you're really committed and you really want to do it, hopefully there's nothing more rewarding. There's one of those things I tell people. I said, if you have a job you love, you don't work a day in your life. Yeah. Well, I'm guilty. And that's kind of what being a sports broadcaster, especially in play-by-play, I was very, very lucky to do that. But it starts out hard, but once you get there, it's very rewarding.
Visit Autolaw.com. That's Autolaw.com. You're listening to The Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Live coverage of Michigan's biggest high school football matchups, presented by Sportscaster.com. Also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now, direct from the sideline, here's the Sportscaster halftime team.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to halftime in what is a stunner of a first half here at Catholic Central as they are up 29-7 over Orchard Lake St. Mary's. It came quick and it kept coming as far as the Shamrocks were concerned. From play number one, they had their hands on the steering wheel of this game.
I was going to say, from the first drive of the game, Samson Gash immediately took it right down, 12-yard run with the first possession of the game. And also on top of that, these Gash brothers, they have something in their veins. Gideon Gash as well with a touchdown. I can't wait to see the rest of this game, and I did not expect such a blowout for this game.
I am blown away by DCC's defense, and I think that has been really the key to this game. Obviously, offense, you score the points, but the defense started off immediately, they got the football the first play of the game, even though it was supposed to be St. Mary's, and I think that is why DCC is up by legitimately 22 at halftime.
It was crazy. From jump, it was a big hit on a DCC kickoff that knocked the ball loose and got them the ball in the red zone right away. Not only the touchdown, but the 2-point conversion on top of it. And really, Orchard Lake St. Mary's has struggled to get the motor moving for them as their offense has struggled against this DCC defense.
And not only that, but let's not forget the 56-yard interception at the end of the half. That was just insane. I'm telling you, I think that them just scoring on the first drive of the game and getting the interception at the end of the half, it's a bloodbath.
It really is, and this isn't the Orchard Lake St. Mary's that we've seen in previous. Remember, a 49-10 win over De La Salle just last week, but even with the crowd that they have, they pack the stands. The atmosphere for DCC. This is an incredible showing of energy.
It's scary.
In my opinion, I believe that DCC's student section is the best I have seen. They are so involved, and that's what I think is so special about this atmosphere here tonight.
It's going to be crazy, and we got a second half yet to play. 29-7 DCC lead over Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Be sure to join us for the post-game show. We'll have interviews with the winning team here on the Drive to the Game post-game show. Coming up next, it's the kickoff for the second half.
The 3-0 Spartans are live from the West Coast tomorrow night as they take on the USC Trojans. WJR's coverage of tomorrow night's game starts at 9:30 p.m. 760 WJR, where MSU plays under the late night lights.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything. People call Michigan Auto Law when they need help, not just because we win more million-dollar auto settlements than any other firm in Michigan, which we do, but because we put people over everything.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
The folks at the Nerve and Disc Institute are experts and famous for their non-surgical solutions to severe back and neck pain. And they're now applying that same innovative genius to 2 other debilitating conditions. If you've been told your only option is knee replacement surgery, listen up. The team at the Nerve and Disc Institute has a trademarked, non-invasive treatment specifically designed to help you avoid the operating room. And if you suffer from the burning, tingling, and numbness of peripheral neuropathy in your hands and feet, there are now new solutions that can bring real relief. This Monday, September 22nd, I'm sitting down with their very own Dr. Sal Kogan for an exclusive In the Boardroom learning event at the Capitol Grill in Troy. You'll get the facts on their research-backed spinal treatments and learn all about these newer breakthroughs for knees and neuropathy. This is a free event with lunch provided, but you must pre-qualify, and seating is limited. Join me and Dr. Kogan this Monday, September 22nd at 11:30 a.m. Call right now to reserve your seat at 586-416-DISC. Again, that's 586-416-3472.
You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back to CC, where the Shamrocks are all over the Eaglets of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, 29-7. But a little momentum there for St. Mary's going into the half as they score that late touchdown. Cam Ryan from CC in the booth with me, and we have a new addition from CC. Blake Bobry, the senior, there joins us. Good to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
We're great up here.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun tonight. You've been hanging around, watching things. What do you think of your squad here in the half so far?
What I think, I didn't really like that first half, but that touchdown at the end, I think it's going to build momentum. I know this team can do what they did. We seen last week in De La Salle how that offense, when it clicks, it's clicking, and when the defense clicks, it's clicking. We got to come out this half, though, and make a good stop, then come down and score and build that momentum like how CC did in the first half, and I think this game can turn over.
Yeah, it would go a long way. You come out here defensively, you get after it, and slow this offense down right off the rip. That's going to, I agree, give you some serious momentum. Meanwhile, Cam, offense, defense, special teams, everything was clicking for the Blue here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the key for CC this second half, especially on this opening possession, keep your foot on the gas. You don't necessarily have to come away with from this drive with points, but definitely want a sustainable drive. Get down into their territory, try to get into field goal range at least, and set up the offense.
So you play baseball. You play baseball here?
Yeah, I play baseball.
All right, so you play baseball. You did play a little football. So
yeah.
what is the mentality of this program like?
Right now, their motto is finish what we started. They were a game away last year from the state championship. They lost on a blocked field goal to the #1 team in the state, Cass Tech. And so the only thing they're thinking about is how can we finish what we started and get to Ford Field for that championship.
Meanwhile, Blake, you're a huge sports fan.
Yeah.
We have seen historically, you're not really out of it, right?
No.
You can't take your foot off the gas. I mean, Tom Brady would have one less Super Bowl ring against the Atlanta Falcons if he just decided to hang it up.
Yep.
Right? You can't do it. And I don't anticipate that this Orchard Lake team comes out here and hangs it up. They're going to get after it.
No, 100%. No, they're going to go after it just like how CC did. I mean, just like how you said, CC scored 29 in one half. What makes us say we can't score 29 in one half? You know, anything can change. Just like how that fumble in the first half, in the first kickoff, how that just changed the whole game for CC and how they got all the momentum in the world. Where I feel like a turnover or just even a stop by St. Mary's right here will make that momentum all the way shift to St. Mary's, and I think they can drive to the game.
Second half action getting ready to start here from the beautiful campus here at Catholic Central. Here in Novi, just off I-96. CC starts things. They're going to field this kick here to start the second half. So they have an opportunity here to blow this thing open even more, answer that late touchdown that Orchard Lake St. Mary's scored towards the end of that first half.
I wonder if they're going to line up and try an onside kick here.
It almost looked like that initially, and now I wonder. And they are just going to squib this one deep, going to be fielded at the 31-yard line, makes a cut, and then gets to the 40, and that's where CC will start this drive. Again, the point of those squib kicks or these little chip shots, you try to get a crazy little spin on it, a little English on it, get a player to touch it. It makes it more difficult to handle those kickoffs. Give yourself an opportunity to recover that kickoff.
Yeah, and I think maybe one of the other factors of that is they definitely don't want to kick it deep to the Gash brothers who have been going off all game. They definitely don't want the ball in their hands willingly.
All right, so 1st and 10 for CC from their own 40-yard line. Duke Banta leading this team from the quarterback, motion man right to left. Here's a give nothing doing. Tackled in the backfield immediately.
Cedric Williams, the ball carrier, stopped on the play by Gage
Great
Nesson.
job there. Gage Nesson for Orchard Lake.
On the play, brings up second down.
Came in hot, read that play perfectly, and took Cedric Williams down immediately. Loss of 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 13. And that's exactly what you want out of this defense coming out of the half.
I think we got to be aggressive. We got to come out blitz, get pressure on the quarterback, and get pressure on the run, and make sure we win the line of scrimmage, because that's where football starts, line of scrimmage.
All right, ball back at the 3-7 after the loss of 3. 2 receivers to the left. That's the wide side. Here comes a motion man right to left. Banta calls forward, gets it. Here's the pass to the motioning receiver on the screen. Gets out across the 40-yard line and then cut down shy of the 45 to the 44. Gash brings that one back to the 44-yard line. So it's gain of 8. It's 3rd down.
And it's a little bit interesting there. Gash comes in motion, but you don't see a DB go with him. So it's clear that St. Mary's is in a zone coverage. It's a little bit questionable for all the speed that CC has in their skill position.
Ball near hash mark. They go trips right. Banta wanted to check with the sideline. He does. Trips right here for CC. Wide side of the field. Banta calls for it. Looking left, though. Now looking right. Getting pressure, and he's going to go down. Sacked. I guess actually it's a gain of 1. He gets out to the 45-yard line. But there was just nothing down the field, and Banta had to pull it, and he gets 1. That's it.
Huge 3-and-out right there by St. Mary's. That was huge. Exactly what we needed coming out of the half. Now this offense has to come out and just score. We need points, and defense gave them the chance to score. Now we got to take over.
Ooh, high snap. Punter able to corral that one, gets a foot on it. Down the field, takes a big CC bounce inside the 10. Still rolling. Down to the 5-yard line. My goodness, that just flipped the field.
Joshua Peters' punt lands at the
Great punt by Josh Peters. And that's, again, big special teams play after a nice defensive stop. And that's going to put St. Mary's back at their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, fun fact about Josh Peters, he actually played quarterback here for the freshman team his freshman year. And if you go back on that huddle tape, it's just go ball to Samson Gash the whole time. That team went 9-0 and smoked everybody. And that kid can sling it and kick it.
All right, here comes this Orchard Lake offense. If they want to find the end zone here, they'll have to take it 95. Raven Gonzalez gives it up the middle.
Daniel Taylor,
Looks like Daniel Taylor,
stopped on the play by Connor
the ball
Ryan.
carrier there.
Hold the boot high.
To pick up 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7 now.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and
Spotted
7.
at the 8-yard line.
And this is where CC's defensive line really shines right here. We've mentioned the 2 Big Ten commits up front. They got a safety last week against Clarkson North.
Gonzalez fakes it. Looking down the field, nothing doing. Trying to get out of a couple tackles, not going to get it. Taken down for a sack. It's going to be a loss of 2 back at the 11. And again, that is what you call a coverage sack. There was nothing available downfield. Gonzalez was trying to find something, trying to buy himself some time, but his walls were closing in, and he goes.
Yeah, and that's number 77, Brandon Barlucci, setting the edge. It looked like he was getting really held. I'm surprised there's no flag on the play, but he's in there to make the sack, so it doesn't matter.
3rd down and 9. Ball at the 6-yard line. Here's Gonzalez. He's rolling. To his left. Throws. Got a man. Out across the 15. That's enough for a first down. Again to 12 on the play.
Beautiful play by Jabin there. Great play call. You just got to trust your guys. Got to trust Chad. Trust Jabin. That's like bread and butter right there. Jabin to Chad. Bread and butter.
At the St. Mary's 17.
So out he goes at the 17-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from there. They go back to it. Here's a quick little pass after the fake up the middle. Cuts it upfield. Flag on the play. Out to the 25-yard line and then ridden down at the 27. Brandon Adams Jr., the tight end, making that play. Let's see what the flag is. I think that could be a hold on the edge.
Back at Glenn with the tackle.
Yeah, that is going to be a hold against St. Mary's.
Move the ball back 10 yards from the far of the foul.
So still first down. First and a long way to go here for St. Mary's. Gonzalez on the move again. Trying to find the edge. Sets, throws. Got a man! Out across the 25. And that's going to be enough for a first down just shy of the 30-yard line. What a throw by Jabin Gonzalez.
What a throw by Jabin. Getting hit in the air. Wow.
I think
needed that.
Chad Willis again?
I think it was Lorenzo Barber.
Lorenzo Barber on the outside. Those 5 and 6 from here, they blend right in together. Here's Gonzalez again. This time gives it. Lower in the shoulder. Crosses the 35 to the 38-yard line.
It's a great first down run there by St. Mary's. They want to go tempo. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a play-action shot right here trying to get back in this game.
Gonzalez is telling the sideline, keep it coming. Let's go. 2 receivers to the right. The pistol, Gonzalez. Fakes it, getting pressured. He's got to throw it away, and he does. That is some big-time pressure from the backside.
Big third down here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Jabin just up the middle, just try to get that 1 yard, use his body, get the big offensive line going just to get that 1 yard, move those chains. And
3rd down and 1. Big third down here. Gonzalez gives it up the middle and a first down as Daniel Taylor crosses the, Javari Given crosses the 40-yard line, enough for a first down out to the 41.
Enough for an Eagles first down from their own 41. We'll pause for an injured player.
I think we have a injured Eaglet on the field on the far side of that play. I think that's their left tackle. At least I thought it was their left tackle on the far side. He's getting some attention. But this Eaglets offense, they're clicking here.
That's exactly what we needed. We got those good plays to continue the drive and big third down there conversion, and we just got to keep it going. Got to make sure we get points off this drive.
That's Abram Marcial, the right guard. who was banged up. He's walking off slowly and gingerly, but under his own power. Good to see. So it's 1st and 10 now here for St. Mary's at their 41-yard line. They're trailing 29-7. 7 minutes left here in the third. Gonzalez fakes it, wants to go over the top. Nobody home. A little bit of a miscommunication, looking for Chad Willis over the top. It falls incomplete at 2nd down. Again, good coverage there. Just overthrew him, but good coverage on the back end by the CC defense.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like the receiver just kind of ran into Gideon Gash right there. Gideon wasn't budging. It just ends up being an overthrow.
Yeah, great defense right there by CC. That was amazing.
2nd and 10 on the incomplete. Ball to 41, Gonzalez. Here's a quick throw. That's Barber on the outside, cutting it upfield across the 50-yard line. Inside CC territory, it's a gain of 11 and a 1st down. He's just so dangerous on the outside. So dangerous on the outside. If you get one block for him, he can cut you upfield and get you in.
He's down.
He is down. They're looking at him very close to the CC sideline. Almost can't even see him from our vantage point. CC, the St. Mary's staff coming out to take a look at him. They pull him up, though. That's good to see. Boy, when you play at that speed, he's coming out very gimpy, favoring that left leg, grabbed his calf there. Yeah, it's not what you want to see, unfortunately, but
looks like a
could
cramp.
be just cramping up. Yeah, just very gingerly walking off the field, needing some assistance. You could go get him some water, some Gatorade over on the sideline. Hopefully get him back here in a couple of plays.
The St. Mary's offense is already in position to snap this play, and it's not even off the field yet. If I were them, I would take all the time in the world to get this.
I agree. Make sure you have the right play call. Read their defense right now and audible if you have to.
Lorenzo Barber, who has been a huge factor in this game, just very gingerly walking off the sideline. So we'll take a look at him over on the Edlick sideline. Meanwhile, we're back at it. Here's Gonzalez. Gives it. Trying the left side. That's given. Crosses the 45-yard line down to the 43.
Stop by Hunter Stokes.
Pick up 5 on the play. It's 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5. It's 2nd and 5.
Again, we've seen this a couple of times tonight. Eaglets able to move the ball on offense. Kind of a bend but don't break mentality here defensively for CC. Here's the snap. Gonzalez gives it again up the middle. Gain of 1. Gain of 2. Still going. No whistle. Still going. Gain of 3. Gain of 4. Gain of 5. Inside the 40-yard line to the 38 and a 1st down. My goodness. That play looked DOA as soon as that ball was handed off, and somehow Given was able to pick up 4 yards. So they're going to say he's just shy of the 1st down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here as a CC player is down.
Yeah, that's the advantage right there of the St. Mary's offensive line. Just having those 3 big guards in center, just keep pushing and pushing. And with Given, his strength, his leg strength, and you're obviously just going to keep moving the ball, and that was huge right there to make it a 3rd and short.
So the injured Shamrock able to walk off the field. This has been a physical game here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Catholic League, Midwest football. This is
and you get a St. Mary's team kind of back against the wall here, and CC trying to keep this thing well ahead, well in hand. Yeah. So this is a tough game here so far.
It's a very respected rivalry, but I wouldn't be surprised if it got chippy here in the 4th quarter.
All right, here's Gonzalez. Give up the middle. Daniel Taylor picking up that 1 yard and a whole lot more out to the 33-yard line. First down.
It's a long drive, it's with a lot of runs, and it's taking a lot of time off the clock, which I feel like now you got to have Jabin start slinging it.
I think Glynn made the stop here. Here's Gonzalez. Trying Chad Willis on the far side, spinning. Nowhere to go. I think he's going to lose a yard. I don't know that he even got back to the line of scrimmage. That defense over on the far side was all over that.
Looks like another injured Shamrock. Gideon Gash.
So pause for injured player.
Again, cramping. Yeah, cramping out there. Couple of guys tonight, and that does not feel good when you are playing at the speed that they are. And again, able to get them up. So some cramps for both these teams here in the third quarter. 5:16 to play in the third. CC up 29-7, but just this long, sustaining drive here by Orchard Lake St. Mary's. They need some points at the end of this thing.
Yeah, you took down too much time on the clock to not get any points here. You got even a field goal would do you justice right here, but you're looking in the end zone right here.
Lorenzo Barber back in the game for the Eaglets. That's good to see. Much needed piece to this offense. Here's Gonzalez. Fakes, getting pressure. He's going to have to roll. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Taken down from behind. It's 3rd and 12.
Great tackle right there. Jabin had a lot of green grass. He got free there. That was a great open field tackle to trip him up from behind.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down. Pause for injured player.
So now we have another injured player. Is that Lorenzo Barber again?
I think so.
Makes you think maybe it's not a cramp.
Yeah, it's Lorenzo Barber again. Still on that left. Yeah, this time he needs a little more help getting off. Oh, might be on the right foot that time. Yeah, I don't know. He's not walking on that this time. I didn't see what happened to him downfield. He was downfield well past the play.
He was getting stretched out, though, when he was down on the field, so it might be a cramp, but him not walking on it does not look good.
Yeah. All right, big 3rd down here. 3rd and 12 here for Orchard Lake. Heavy up front. Gonzalez calls for it. He's going to roll. Picking up some pressure. Gonzalez this time throws. Is that thing caught? Yes, caught. Short of the first down, I think. Just shy of that first down. I thought there was a little bit of contact there early.
What a catch by Chad there.
Great catch by Chad Willis. Great throw by Jabin Gonzalez.
He got hit on that one.
Yeah, he took a hit there. You seen him he was slow to get up.
So 4th and 1, and they are going for it. Jabin Gonzalez in this offense stays out on the field. Lorenzo Barber not in the game, but Daniel Taylor is in at running back.
Again, I'm just expecting right here Jabin just to go up the middle, get that first down, move the chains, and then you just got to get in the end zone.
Gonzalez gives it. Taylor, second effort, enough for the first down. Just crosses that first down marker. 1st and 10 now from the 24. Check that, the 23-yard line.
This is the exact type of drive that you wanted if you're St. Mary's. Take a lot of time off, get your momentum going. Now they just got to punch it in, get another few stops on defense. And they're looking pretty good to make this comeback.
Gonzalez fakes the gift, getting pressured from behind, and throws this one incomplete. Flag on that play. It was good coverage down the field. Luke Genrich was in coverage, and I think it was Chad Willis who just pulled him because he almost could have made that pick.
Yeah, I think Chad's going to get a holding right there. He kind of grabbed it from him face mask and
he turned into the defender there.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be a face mask.
I think it will be a face mask because I seen his helmet.
Yeah.
Turned his head.
Yeah.
So that is going to hurt.
Yeah, that's 15 yards.
Move the ball back 15 yards.
So instead of it being 1st and 10 from the 23, it's going to be first down from the 38-yard line. So it's 1st and 25 from the 38. First down, Gonzalez. Here's a quick throw. Chad Willis cuts it upfield on the little bubble screen. Gets to the 35-yard line.
Gonzalez, he took another huge hit. That's Hunter Stokes in there. He came untouched and absolutely, he put a great hit on Jamin Gonzalez. And he's a little bit shaken off walking around.
Yeah, Jay's been taking a lot of hits right now. It's great by the CC seeing him get all this pressure on him.
But I mean, 6'2", 202.
Yeah,
he's a big
dude.
fella.
He's a big dude.
Big fella.
He could take him, but he's taking a lot of them right now. It's going to be tough for him to keep taking those.
Gain of 5. It's 2nd and 20. Gonzalez from the shotgun takes. Again, good pressure. This time throws. Got Chad Willis on the far side.
And just another big hit by CC, and he got knocked out again. But great throw by him to get to Chad. And a 3rd and short now.
It's going to be 3rd and about 14 here. Makes this more manageable.
I'll tell you what, St. Mary's, they've liked that comeback route all game. They hit it again there. I wonder if CC will drop their linebackers into a little bit of like a flat zone type of thing, try to take that away.
3rd and 14. Big 3rd down here for St. Mary's. Gonzalez, 3 receivers right. Takes. Steps up, throws into one. Chad Willis, incomplete. Just not real close as he threw that one out of bounds, and it's 4th down.
Looks like they're staying on the field.
Again, kind of a weird spot on the field. I mean, you're looking at a pretty hefty field goal from the 27-yard line. So I think they're electing to just try to get out to the 13. See if they can pick up that first down.
I think they might go hard count here, see if they can get him to jump and then flip the play.
They snap it. Gonzalez getting pressured. Now he's got some time, and now he gets hit from behind and sacked. And they turn it over on downs. Bought himself a little bit of time, but those walls closed in fast. And that's a big stop there for CC in this defense.
That's number 44, Jack Janda, jumping around, getting in there. He's committed to Wisconsin. And we saw the initial pressure there from the edges, and Hunter Stokes and Brandon Bartolucci forces Gonzalez to step up in the pocket. And that's a bad decision when you have 2 Big Ten commits right there.
All right, so I haven't done this yet in a couple years now of calling high school football. I'm going to take the play off. You do this.
All right.
Every week.
Yeah.
You call your team. They're on offense. You guys take it over. You ready?
Yeah. Here we go. Bana, he's going to give it to the guy in motion. That's Samson Gash. Samson's going to make a guy miss. He's going to make 2 guys miss. And he's out of bounds around the 30-yard line for a gain of about 3.
It's a great tackle right there.
They stay in that formation with the H-back Cam Swearingen. He tends to motion around a lot. This time it was Samson, and they flipped it to him on the jet sweep. 2nd and long here for the Shamrocks. Under 3 minutes to go. CC up 29, St. Mary's 7. Bana's going to stand in the shotgun. He's got Cedric Williams to his left. He's going to motion Swearingen. He'll give it to Williams. Williams with a little bit of a hole. He's up the middle. Not quite enough for the first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Great blocks there by the CC offensive line to get Cedric there. Enough room to get at least make it a third and man. Oh, it is a first down.
Yeah, they did give it to him.
Yeah, great blocks right there by the offensive line.
That's number 10, Michael Dursa, checking in to the game. Looks like him and Sampson are going to line up in doubles on the far right of Banta. He's also got Cedric Williams to his right, and there's Cam Swearingen at the H-back position. He's going to motion him. Play action, Banta looking deep, under pressure, he's got to roll out. He's going to go with his legs. He's going to pick up about 5 before sliding down. A minute and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. CC probably another play or two, and then they'll probably let it run.
I don't know what I'm doing here. This is the easiest game I've ever called.
Yeah. Number 21, Ryan Jafer checks in for Cedric Williams. They'll give him a break. Samson Gash down at the bottom to Duke Banta's left. He's got Jafer to his right.
It's just a run up the middle. I think they're going to take it to the fourth.
They're going to motion Jafer, give it to him. Got a little bit of a room, a gain of about 2.
Ryan Jafer, the ball carrier.
Maybe 1.5, and it's 3rd and 6. Time's going to expire here in the third quarter as CC takes it to the fourth.
Fourth quarter coming up. Well done. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff over there. All right, that'll do it for the third. Fourth quarter action coming up. CC up 29-7. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a good finish here in the Catholic League. You're listening to the Drive to the Game here on WJR.
This is Sportscaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Want to be the next great voice? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Amplify the drama.
To the end zone! Touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh my!
Create memories forever etched in our minds.
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Send shivers up our spine, make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen?
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just sign up and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands and put you in the center of the action.
The only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, fourth quarter action here in the Catholic League. A lot of ramifications of this one, a lot of long-term ramifications for this one. Two very good teams going at it, and CC has been all over this thing tonight. They're up 29-7, start of the fourth. They're looking at a big third down here, 3rd and 6.
Big stop here for St. Mary's if they get it.
And you look at that last drive towards the end of the third quarter there, really much of the third quarter for St. Mary's. As Banta sends a man in motion, we got a flag on the
False
play.
start.
It's going to be a quick start here for the CC offense. But the yin and yang of a drive like that for St. Mary's is really good drive, right? Got some first downs, couple of big plays from Gonzalez and Chad Willis and guys like that. Problem is when you come up empty, you've eaten a lot of clock.
Exactly, and that's what's going to kill them right now. They killed that whole third quarter from that whatever 65-yard drive they had, and they came out with no points, and it's just not a good drive.
So it's going to be 3rd and 11 here after the penalty. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ball near hash mark. CC moving left to right. Banta to the shotgun. Calls for it. Little shovel pass up front, nothing doing. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Orchard Lake, St. Mary's had that thing snuffed out immediately.
That's a great read by Ryan Fresquez right there, the middle linebacker. Just was going blitzing for the QB, and then he just read that he pitched in. He just.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a questionable play call there by the offense. I mean, it's a new offensive line. I don't know if you know this, Chris, but 4 new starters are on the offensive line for CC.
Wow. That was a heck of a punt. Gets it out to the 20-yard line, but that was punted almost to the 15. Long punt. Great punt. And Orchard Lake St. Mary's will take over at their own 20-yard line. They haven't played like that tonight.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. They have been very, very good up front.
Yeah,
But again, that little shovel pass, almost a safe play.
Yeah.
Right? It's 3rd and 11. You're up by 22 points. You just running a play to get you to the next down. You're going to punt it away. That's mostly smart football. It gives you the wrinkle of we're not just running it up the middle.
Right.
Right. All right, back out on offense. St. Mary's. There's a give up the middle with a hole and space. Out to the 35-yard line and then tackled from behind. Jamari Given gets out past the 35 to the 39-yard line.
Another CC player down.
Yep.
That looks like another cramp.
Another cramp. We need to get these fellas some Gatorade. Anybody got any Gatorade around here?
Where's the potassium?
You're right.
I believe that's number 22, Connor Ryan. Yes, it is.
Correction, Connor Ryan, the player receiving attention.
And you love to see Coach Asante sprinting all the way out to
Yeah.
the middle of the field to come
Yeah.
get his guy.
I always love when head coaches do that. It's just something I've always admired.
It shows like they care about their players.
Yep, certainly. All right, this is a consequential drive here for St. Mary's.
Yeah, you should see him come out and just throw the ball. Just got to keep throwing it. Can't chew much clock anymore.
11 minutes left, 4th quarter. Here's Gonzalez, stays in the pocket. Nice throw out across to the 50-yard line. 11-yard gain and a 1st down. And now you are going to need to see a little bit of hustle.
Yeah.
Running a little tempo. Eaglets get right back to the line. They move the sticks. They get set. 10:50 to play. Here's the give. Jamari Given. Taken down by Beckett Wynn on the stop. And gain of 6, 2nd and 4 here. Gonzalez takes. Going to get hit from behind and sacked. Back at the 50-yard line. Going to lose 5 on the play. Coming around the corner. Hot. Joshua Peters and absolutely lambasted Gonzalez. And the Eaglets are going to take a timeout.
Jabin didn't even see it coming. That was straight from his blind side, and he just got wrecked.
And Joshua Peters, that dude is just such an athlete. He's a state champion in rugby. So he's got a little bit of experience hitting guys around.
So he likes the physicality of sports.
Oh, yeah. He's such a versatile guy on the football field. He can line him up at, that H position. He's their punter. He's their outside linebacker. He can rush the quarterback. He can just do it all. And a bunch of colleges are definitely calling this guy's name.
Well, and when you have that kind of flexibility, right? When you have that kind of that Swiss Army knife,
right?
Kind of a skill set, then yeah, it comes in handy when you need it.
So, big third down here.
I really think it's going to go right to Chad Willis. It's been your best guy on the field all day, and why not just throw a one-on-one up if he comes down with it?
Not for nothing, I have not seen Lorenzo Barber back in the game since he got taken out the second time. Willis in motion. Quick throw to him. Got him spinning. Still on his feet at the 45-yard line. Still on his feet at the 40 and enough for a first down. My goodness. Dipsy-do ballet spins near the 45-yard line. Gets Chad Willis enough for a first down.
Yeah, and fun fact, Chad actually he's got multiple D1 offers, especially from Michigan. So he's definitely been being heavily recruited.
Here's a give to Givens. Up the middle. Boy, he has had a number of tough runs tonight. He's going to pick up, looks like 4 on the play.
Yeah, he certainly had the hot hand here, but I'm a little surprised that St. Mary's isn't going with a little more urgency.
Yeah, a little more tempo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So they'll call it 3 officially on the play, so it's 2nd and 7. And they do need to hurry up and snap this ball. 9:25 to play here in the 4th. Givens again, spinning. Still on his feet, churning those legs. Gets enough for a first down after a pickup of 7.
The run is working. You're getting good blocks, but you got to start slinging it now. You have 9 minutes left, and you're down 22. You got to save as much time as you can get because you know when CC gets the ball back, they're just going to make sure they can get as much time off the clock as they can.
CC up 29-7. Clock continues to run. 9:10 to play in the 4th. Gonzalez takes. Gibbs trying the left side. There is just nothing there. Once again, this defense is absolutely stifling.
Brandon Bartolucci again there. He comes off the edge. It looked like he came untouched and just tracks down the running back there for a loss.
So a loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. Gonzalez fakes. He's going to throw. He's got Chad Willis climb the ladder to go get that one. Boy, that was an impressive catch. I mean, Jabin Gonzalez is under absolute duress every play. They're running this little option play every time, and he is under pressure every single snap. That ball was a little high, but Chad Willis bailed him out. It's 3rd down.
However, I think if that ball's thrown anywhere else, it looked like Gideon was about to jump it.
I agree with that.
There's another run, this time out to the 20-yard line. So he's going to pick up 2. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 4.
Again, you just got to go with your best guy right here. You got to throw this to Chad. He's been unbelievable today, and you got to trust him.
Here's the snap. Gonzalez fakes, getting pressured, going to get sacked back at the 30-yard line. Jack Janda is an absolute wrecker along that line. And once again, this defense stands strong, and St. Mary's turns it over on downs.
Now for CC, I think your objective on this drive is going to be focus on the ground game. All right, they've thrown the ball through the air very well. Not a whole lot of time left to go in this game. I think they figure out any sort of difficulties they've had running the ball because it has been a little bit of a struggle so far this year.
Yeah, you just got to keep running the ball right here if you're CC. You got to keep that clock moving, and you got to make St. Mary's use their timeouts.
So here's the snap. They are going to throw it here. Got that one inside the 30, then out to the 30 and the 35-yard line. Cam Swearigan comes that one out to the 35-yard line. Brings that one out to the 35-yard line for an 8-yard gain. It's 2nd and 2. Where they have the marker and where they've placed the ball, 2 different spots. So if we go by where the ball's spotted, it's 2nd and 3 here, 2nd and a long 2. Coming out, throwing the ball there on first down. Aggressive by CC. Here's a give.
Yeah, I think that play was just a little too obvious there. You see all of those St. Mary's linebackers, they came up crashing as soon as they saw the motion, and I just thought that play call was a little bit, or the formation rather, was a little bit too obvious to show run.
Cedric Williams, the carrier there. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 from the 31-yard line.
I think we're gonna see that same first down play call right here. Just a nice little check down, and obviously you got a good 6 yards out of it, and that's all you need right here to get that first down and keep those chains moving.
Here's Banda. Here comes the pressure. Banda wants to take a deep shot. Nobody home. He was looking downfield. Samson Gash. Good coverage, and it falls incomplete. Important thing there is clock stops. 5:59 to play. And now CC's going to have to punt it away.
Duke Banda, number 7, he's limping off the field right now. And this was a question last week for CC, was they left their starters in the game up 4 scores in the 4th quarter. Definitely don't want to see anything go wrong here for these starters.
Yeah, he's limping.
And that ball goes way over the head on the snap. Oh, my goodness. Tackled inside the 5-yard line. So a high snap over the head of Josh Peters puts this thing at the 2-yard line. And now Orchard Lake St. Mary's is going to try to punch it in from there. Wow.
That's a big play. Again, you got to trust Jabin. You got to trust Given, and whoever gets the ball, I think they could take it on the first play right here in the end zone.
Yeah, we've talked about it all game, how special teams is such a momentum shifter. And though it's late in the game, say St. Mary's punches it in here, onside kick.
You just never know.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of magic.
You never know. Yeah, this would be a momentum shifter.
They're slow to come out, so they obviously have the right play call right now. They like what they see on the defense. Just need good blocks right here from the offensive line.
All right, 1st and goal from the 2. Here's the give up the middle, spinning towards the goal line. Is he in?
I think they
no, I think he's going to be down just shy of the goal line.
You got to have Jabin just go right up the middle right here and just either dive or just push himself in. And
Jamari Given was the ball carrier. They got to get to the line and snap this thing. Clock runs, 5:30 to play. Down 22. Here's the snap, the give, the Givens. This time he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Eaglets. Late flags on the play.
Looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike maybe on the St. Mary's side.
That would be a crucial 15 yards. Yeah, they're backing up.
So this is an unsportsmanlike conduct. So that is going to change things here for this extra point attempt. Or they'll assess it on the kickoff. So this play will go on as normal. That extra point attempt up, and it's good. So 5:22 to play here in the 4th quarter. St. Mary's strikes again. It's 29-14. CC still on top.
I think they're just going to come out onside kick, and hopefully they get it.
So they'll assess the unsportsmanlike conduct on the kickoff. So that'll move them back on the kickoff. And I assume, onside kicks are so difficult. Maybe you see another chip shot. Maybe you just try to find one, try to find a little empty space into a guy that doesn't necessarily get the ball very often.
Maybe, or they could try, one of those things that we saw Jake Bates do actually in college where the kicker just kind of kicks it up the middle and then runs on top of it.
Yeah.
If they see a look that they like up the middle, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something. It's going to take a miracle here anyway.
It would.
CC has all 3 of their timeouts.
St. Mary's has 2 of their timeouts in the pocket. Peyton Safran back deep here for CC.
You'll see they moved the Gash brothers up, part of the Hands team.
Yep, part of the Hands team.
They've got Josh Peters, Jack Janda up the middle.
Almost looks, kind of like the kickoffs in the NFL at this point. Yeah. One man back deep. All your blockers up front. So let's see what they decide to do here.
They might kick it deep here because there's nobody back there but one.
Yeah, they do. Kick it deep. Friend fields it on the back. That one tackled inside the 25-yard line. So that's where CC will take over. Now, we did see at the end of that play Duke Banna limping off the field. So how does that change things here? Looks like he's getting back into the huddle, but still looks a little gimpy. He's in the huddle, but this is on the sideline. Let's see what this coaching staff decides to do with their starting quarterback.
Well, I think the plan here, I think the plan here, Chris, is obviously to run the ball.
Run the football.
But if you put in a backup quarterback, then the defense obviously knows the plan is to run the ball. So they have to have Duke there just to be there, basically.
He jogged in, looked okay. It's good news. They're heavy up front. And takes, gives, left side.
Ryan Jafer, the ball carrier.
Ryan Jafer picks up positive yardage. Looks like he'll pick up 3, maybe 2.
And 2 on the play.
So 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd and 8 from the.
He stayed in bounds, so that clock continues to run. 4:50 to play in the 4th. CC up 29-14. CC breaks the huddle. Settle down. No rush here for the Shamrocks. Okay, Banna takes. He's going to throw the ball. Got a man in the flat, spinning at the 35-yard line, still on his feet at the 40. Now for a first down, Samson Gash.
Great spin move by Gash there to get the first down and keep those chains moving. And this clock is going to kill St. Mary's.
Again, you think they're going to run the football, then they throw in the pass, and that's a big first down for CC. A brutal give up there for St. Mary's. So first down now at the 40-yard line. Ball at the near hash mark.
They're in that truck formation again. 3 running backs in the backfield, 2 tight ends.
Here's the give. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Jalen Montlewis, the ball carrier. Stopped on the play by
Montlewis
Kamari
carries the
Patterson.
ball there for CC. It's 2nd down. Looks like give him a yard out to the 41, so it's 2nd and 9 coming up.
Brings up 2nd down.
What has this week been like here at CC leading up to this game?
Oh, yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. We've got Boys Bowl coming up in about 2 weeks, and that game's going to be amazing. But anytime that there's a Catholic League rival coming into the Elm, you know it's going to be a packed house in the student section. And also, just for the community, I mean, so many alumni coming back to watch this great rivalry. It's really great for the team.
2nd and 9. Here's a give.
Joshua Peters ran the ball.
Middle, that's Joshua Peters carrying that one. How about out at Orchard Lake? What's it been like this week?
Same thing as CC. Like, it's been the talk of the week. Like, everyone, CC, St. Mary's, like, be there, like, spread out, like. And we put up a big crowd for a big away game. It's about 30 minutes away from St. Mary's too, so it's far. And we showed out, and it's just been amazing this whole week. Just everyone talking about it, and the players getting hype, and everyone.
It's been awesome. Now, I've been kind of looking over there. The concession stand's been busy all night. It's something that we do here kind of weekly. What's the must-have at the concession stand?
For
here at
me,
CC?
it's got to be the popcorn. You can never go wrong with a good old box of popcorn.
Yep. How about at St. Mary's? We were there last year.
Yeah.
And again, it's jam-packed out there.
For the concessions, you got to go.
What are you doing?
You got to get the chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, the chocolate chip cookies. All right.
Those
very
are
good.
amazing. They're homemade. They're great.
All right. Very
They
good.
sell them at our school for lunch.
So
They're
you're
amazing.
all in.
Oh, I'm all in.
All in on the cookies. All right. Very good. All right. Big third down here for CC. 3rd and 2. On the sweep. Is he going to get out to? Oh, the ball's out. I think it goes out of bounds. Samson Gash.
That's smart by Gash, honestly, just to kind of like act like he fumbled the ball, but he pitched it forward for a couple more yards.
Flag on the play.
So we've got 2 flags on the play, one in the secondary, and then we've got one on the far side. Again, well in front of where that play was. So an illegal. It's going to go against St. Mary's. So an illegal procedure here defensively, and that's going to give CC a first down. Oh, my. I mean, this series was over.
Yeah, that was a big call right there. That you had the drive in your hands and costly penalty.
Result of the play is another Shamrock first down.
Quite the disappointing dagger, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's first down now. Instead of this being a punt, it's first down for this CC offense. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Banna from the shotgun calls for it. We'll check that. Banna not in this. Joshua Peters on the direct snap. Wildcat look. Again, just does a little bit of everything for this team.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that he actually played quarterback here his freshman year, and he's definitely got some experience taking snaps in the shotgun.
From the Eagles 32.
So it's a pickup of 5. 2:05 to play. CC up 29-14. Here's that truck formation again that you've talked about. So Banta back in at quarterback. He goes under center. 2nd and 5. Here's a give. Hurdling at the 32-yard line, then taken down at the 31. So that's going to be a pickup of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up here.
Timeout, St. Mary's, their final timeout of
And
the
St.
game.
Mary's will take a timeout, so that'll stop the clock. $1:35. It's their last timeout of the half, so they don't have a way to stop the clock. Down 15.
Yeah, so Chris, here on 3rd and about 4, a first down here wins the game. You think it's an obvious passing down here to get that first down, or you think they'll go run up the middle, burn that clock?
I mean, at this point, I think you run the football.
Yeah.
I don't think you take a chance with it through the air. What you don't want to do is stop the clock.
Right.
So I think you run the football. Worst case scenario, you could try the field goal, you could pooch punt, you could go for it again on 4th down. I mean, you're inside the 30-yard line, or right outside. You're at the 31-yard line. For me, I think you run the football here. And again, St. Mary's can't stop the clock.
I think CC is going to take this as 4-down territory, just 2 runs.
Yep.
Or I think they might even do that check down pass that they've been doing all game too. Just have a nice rollout, just check it down, get whatever 2-3 yards, and then run the ball on 4th down, get the first down, end the game.
Yeah, well, Joshua Peters is in the game at quarterback, so I mean, former quarterback could surprise you, but I think they're going to run this football out of the Wildcat. Yep, he's going to keep it up the middle. That's first down.
First down
out to the 25-yard line.
And again, you see Samson Gash come in motion. All those linebackers, anyone in the secondary, they all got to be paying attention to him. Josh Peters, he fakes the flip and goes right up the middle. First down, probably the ball game.
And again, what I love about that play, even more than just your normal run, is you eliminate the possibilities of something bad happening when you're just going to run the wildcat.
Yeah.
You're just going to snap the ball to him. He doesn't have to make another play to hand it off to another guy. So for me, you cut down on the opportunity to mess something up, and as a result, you pick up the first down. And one of the great formations in football, the greatest formation in football, the victory formation football. Here for the CC Shamrock showing out for the crowd tonight.
Great game by CC. They outplayed St. Mary's in the first half, and St. Mary's had no answer for them.
Well, it's gonna set the tone for this league going forward for the rest of the year. And a lot of good games still on the schedule. A lot of fun stuff ahead. But these are both two really good football teams.
Big bye week for St. Mary's next week. Much needed after this game, and we'll get straight. They're going to get together. We have a great coaching staff to get these players right, and I still believe in this team.
That's going to do it for us. CC wins it 29-14. Cam Ryan, well done. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thanks
and
for having me on.
great job. And Blake Bowery, thank you so much.
Thanks
fun.
for having me.
Of course, you did a great job
Thank
as well. Good luck the rest of the season. We'll be watching for what you guys do. Also, Chase Arnold in the first half for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That's going to do it for us here at CC. The Shamrocks win it 29-14. Everybody back at our WJR studios, thank you. Ray Templin, Dave Rieger, our producer, everybody down on the field with sportscaster.com. I'm Chris Renwick saying so long. Shamrocks win it 29-14. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week here on our Drive to the Game on WJR.
So what we're doing with sportscaster.com is we're giving people a platform, a community, all focused on sports broadcasting, whether it be a podcast, a piece of commentary, stirring it up with the other guys, the Michigan-Ohio State fans getting together on a particular issue and really going at it, whatever it may be, or a live play-by-play opportunity. People can go there, subscribe to the channels, enjoy their favorite sports broadcasters and their commentary and their content. And it's a great way for people to learn and hone their craft before they go out and, do it at the NFL or the college level.
Well, I think that's a great idea. I truly do, and it's going to help broadcasters. You asked me earlier, what should a young broadcaster do to get started? Exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Find a way to get on that sportscaster.com, get on that high school broadcast, and when you do, tape it so that you have an audition tape that you can send to some other outlet, wherever it is, and say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I've done before. Like actors send out lists of credits. Yep. This is a movie I've done before. This is a voiceover I've done before. Same thing with sportscaster.com. Get on that broadcast, find a way and do it, and then tape it, and then send it along so that someone else gets an opportunity. Who knows? You may get hired, and you're not just 1 week; you're 10 weeks in a row, and that's how you do it. It's hard. It doesn't pay a lot of money, but if you're really committed and you really want to do it, hopefully, there's nothing more rewarding. There's one of those things I tell people. I said, if you have a job you love, you don't work a day in your life. Yeah. Well, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what being a sports broadcaster, especially in play-by-play, I was very, very lucky to do that. But it starts out hard, but once you get there, it's very rewarding.
So what we're doing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show. We just wrapped up all the action here at Detroit Catholic Central High School, a 29-14 victory over Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And the score does not quite indicate the entire story of the game. It was a whole lot of Detroit Catholic Central from the opening kickoff. My name is Giovanni Moshiri, your host for the evening. Pretty soon we'll be joined by winners from Detroit Catholic Central. Quarterback Duke Banta and wide receiver Samson Gash will be joining us on the post-game show shortly. But But to wrap up and recap the game here, from the opening kickoff, it was Detroit Catholic Central. They kicked it off to Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but a big hit knocked the ball loose and gave a short field to the Shamrocks where they would cruise to a touchdown. A 13-yard run for Samson Gash and a 2-point conversion on top of that would give them a really fast 8-0 lead. And the defense from DCC really held down the offense from Orchard Lake St. Mary's, who averaged over 40 points in their past 3 games coming into tonight. The number 2 team in DCC against the number 3 team, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We detailed all that in the pregame show. It was a heavyweight showdown, but it was a lot of DCC. From there, a 15-0 lead after Gideon Gash would catch a 47-yard over-the-shoulder touchdown pass towards the far side of the end zone. That makes it 15-0. A 48-yard passing touchdown on a trick play. A receiver coming in from left to right in motion would launch it to Samson Gash once again to make it 22-0 in the second quarter, and a pick six would make it 29-0 at the half. Or actually just shortly before halftime, it was 29-7 where Orchard Lake St. Mary's would get on the board, but it was over quickly in this game here. A shocker for all of us involved here. So as we stand right now, Detroit Catholic Central will stand 4-0 going into next week's game against Warren D. LaSalle. And joining us here on the post-game show, along with our Lyric Sloan Sportscaster.com superstar, we have some members of the victors in the Shamrocks. Quarterback Duke Banta and wide receiver Samson Gash. Fellas, good game, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Duke and Samson, first I want to congratulate you guys on the win today. You guys are holding St. Mary's 7 consecutive years. What do you think is able to make this team continue their success?
I mean, I would say our defense is they played a great game today. You know, offense had a great first half. We needed to pick it up in the second half, but that's all right. You know, our defense always has our back, and it's great knowing that. So.
What about you, Samson?
Just forcing turnovers early. That first kickoff we had and getting the ball back was huge for us. And that pick six, to swing the momentum completely to our side is what really went well for us. But we got to focus on finishing games for sure.
Number 2 team versus number 3 team. What does this win mean to you guys?
I mean, for me, it means everything. You know, freshman year I got hurt against them. It was personal for me all week. You know, they were talking online. We talked with our pads. So.
Yeah, kind of like what Duke said. Just. They were talking all week and just couldn't wait to get out here and play them for 3rd year in a row for me beating them and just on to the next week for sure.
Samson, you're sharing a field with your brother Gideon at the high school level, but you're heading to Michigan State and you're going to be sharing a field with your brother Caleb, correct?
Yes.
What do you think is going to be the difference for sharing the team with your brother Gideon versus Caleb?
Caleb, I mean, he's just always been tough on me growing up and just pushing me the best athlete I can be, so I'm looking forward to getting up there and playing with him because I haven't played with him in a while. So.
Are you guys going to be competitive?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We've been talking what we're going to do in practice next year, all that.
Who do you think is going to get more play time?
Hopefully both on the field at the same time. That would be pretty cool. So.
De La Salle next week. How are you guys looking to continue this momentum?
I mean, we need to focus on finishing games, that's for sure. But, I mean, it's always a heated Central Division rivalry with them, so. I mean, we're moving on to next week. It's going to be a great game. So.
And Duke, you're only a junior, and you're able to continue the success for your team. How are you able to continue to grow, carrying on to your senior year?
I mean, none of this is possible without my O-line, without my playmakers like him. I mean, next year's next year, but we got to focus on this year, focus on finishing games, and hopefully bringing home that state championship. So,
well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And fellas, thank you so much for joining us on the post-game show here for Week 4 of Drive to the Game. Your final score, 29-14. Detroit Catholic Central over Orchard Lake St. Mary's in a top 3 showdown in conference. Some of the best, and luckily we had some of the best join us on the post-game show. Fellas, thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
We'll keep the post-game show going on our YouTube channel as well as on sportscaster.com. So shortly after we kick it to Mark Levin on WJR, you can continue to watch us on sportscaster.com or our YouTube channel. And just before we go, we got about 30 seconds here. Samson, which touchdown was your favorite?
Probably the trick play we ran. It was a big catch and able to break that tackle and score. So I was a lot of fun out there.
Did you guys practice that a lot coming into today?
We just started repping it this week a little bit. Just never knew when we would have to use it, and we just thought it was the right time to use it, and it worked.
Just had to know for sure. So for all of you on WJR, thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to join us on YouTube and sportscaster.com. Before we send it to Mark Levin, thank you for all of us for the broadcast here. Now here's Mark Levin.
The best electrical contractors.
Thank you, everybody.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Samson. I wish you the best of luck.
This broadcast together as we welcome them into the post-game show as they make their way here. And yeah, you can tell from just their voices and their attitude, this game meant everything to this Detroit Catholic Central team, and a bit of a shocker on the other side of it as well. But this is how it gets when you get down to this part of the season, especially in conference with some of the biggest and baddest teams in the state. And joining me now on the post-game show are student broadcasters who accompanied our Chris Renwick up in the booth. Got a great view of the game. I'm joined by Cam Ryan, a junior from Detroit Catholic Central, as well as Chase Arnold, a junior, and Blake Barry, a senior at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Fellas, thank you for joining us on the broadcast, and I want to get things started here. How was the view from the booth?
It was amazing. It was definitely something I was really familiar with. I did the color a lot for our streams last year with CC, so it was a really great experience.
And fellas, you as well?
It was a great view, you know. I think seeing it up from that high gives you like a way different perspective than seeing it on the field for sure. So when offensive coordinators and stuff like sit in the booth, I can see why.
Yeah, it was my first time experiencing up in the booth. I loved it, and just like how he said, like just like your whole perspective of the game when you're standing up there, sitting up there, it changes when you're watching a football game and on the sideline or even just at TV, at home on a TV. It just changes when you're up in the booth and you see the game more.
So I really want to get the Orchard Lake St. Mary perspective of it because we just had some of the players from Catholic Central. We got theirs, and of course I'll get your perspective as well. But this, at least from my perspective, this was a shocker of a game. I didn't expect it to go this way. For you guys of the St. Mary's side, what did you expect, and how did it turn out?
Yeah, so I'm actually a player. I'm just injured. I tore my ACL in late June. So this is not what really I expected at all. I expected it to be way closer than this, and I expected the outcome to be a little bit different. But CC, they came ready to play. I think from the opening kickoff, they came ready to just win. They outstruck St. Mary's. They were the more physical team in the trenches, and they played technically sound.
Yeah, at CC, my biggest point of view in football is whoever wins a turnover game will win the football game. And CC today, they dominated us in turnovers. We had like 3 fumbles and a pick 6. And we moved the ball, but we couldn't score. They kept stopping us on 4th down, and I just think that was the big game. That was the big factor of the game, was that we couldn't convert when we needed to.
I know I want to get both sides for this question here, but the opening kickoff, to me, that was my play of the game because I believed it set the tone right away, not only setting up the touchdown early, but I want to get both of you guys' perspectives on it. That first play, did that kind of tell the story right away?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Asante actually calls our special teams unit the X factor of the game. So whoever plays better on special teams, it's just such a momentum swing, and for their CC to get the ball down in the red zone right off the bat, I think it was a great job.
And do you guys think it swung the game right away?
Of course. With that, giving the offense the field position it did, I think it put the defense at a major disadvantage. And then the first play on defense, the starting nose guard, Kyrie Williams, he got hurt with a dislocated elbow. So that really took a lot of life out of that St. Mary's defense. And then the kickoff just was icing on the cake, really.
Yeah, and you could tell after that kickoff, the fumble and the touchdown that we came out, we give the ball on a turnover back then. You can tell that we were depleted after that, and like you can tell CC had all the momentum in the world.
And now, how does St. Mary's move on from this? I mean, this one's a tough pill to swallow, especially coming off of a great win against De La Salle the week before. How do you continue into next week, and how to wash this bad taste out of your mouth?
Well, I think the De La Salle game kind of had us over our heads a little bit because we weren't used to beating the classic Catholic League rival like that, and I think this game really, it showed us who we are, and we know who we are, It was a tough game, but next week we got a bye week, so we got to rest, recuperate, recover, and then we got to go down to Country Day and take on that team week 6, so we're going to see.
Yeah, we got a big bye week, and I feel like this coaching staff will get these players right. We have a great coaching staff: Gonzalez, defensive coordinator Phillips, and Morlow, right? Is his name? Yeah, for the offensive coordinator, and they're a great group of guys, and even the assistants. I know they can get this team right, and we know who we are, like how he said, and this team will get back on track.
And now a team that is currently on track and with a 4-0 record. How does now Detroit Catholic Central continue this momentum into their game against De La Salle next week?
Yeah, well, CC's motto this year is finish what we started, and that is one goal in mind, and that's the state championship. So this game, though it was cool, though it was a good rivalry win at home, it's just one step to a long journey this season.
And now great luck to both of your guys' teams. We really appreciate you guys joining us on the broadcast, not only with Chris Renwick, but here on the post game as well. This has been Cam Ryan, a junior from Detroit Catholic Central, as well as Chase Arnold, a junior, and Blake Barry, a senior at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Fellas, you did a great job today. We appreciate you joining, and we look forward to see what you guys broadcast in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us on.
Thank you for having us.
And now for all of you who have tuned in and have stuck around to the end of the post-game show, we really appreciate it. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be sure to create an account on sportscaster.com. If you want to be a broadcaster like these fellas here, all you got to do is make an account and start making content. The best way to become a broadcaster is to start broadcasting, and luckily sportscaster.com gives you the opportunity to do so. So, my name is Giovanni Mosheri, closing things out here, Detroit Catholic Central 29, Orchard Lake St. Mary's 14. Coming up next, we'll have Grosse Pointe South and Roseville as our game next Friday at 7 p.m. Pre-game show at 6:50 on sportscaster.com and YouTube before we kick things off to our WJR feed. Final thank yous to everybody who has put this broadcast together. They've done such a great job for us, as always, on the WJR team. Our Ray Templin, Dave Rieger, and Chris Renwick. On our sportscaster.com team, Mark Pastoria, Jeff Sloan, Kristen Kujawa, and Steve Adams. And thank you to our student broadcasters. Once again, Blake Barry, Cam Ryan, Chase Arnold, as well as Lyric Sloan and Taryn Fritching. It's been a great night of football here, and we cannot wait for the next. So long, everybody.